another episode of Lantern Lighters Roleplay. We will be continuing the Legio Laporium storyline here on Betnik. I'm Infinity Song. I'll be DMing this session for today. Today we are joined by only two people, but two very amazing, courageous people. We are joined by a census Girian Gerard and auxiliary Coda Saxblood. Yeah, and we're just going to be stemming off the very last session. I wrote up some notes, and this is, by the way, my first time DMing, so if it's a little rusty, but we shall see. So, anyway, besides that, we should get this underway. So, to describe the little setting thing, this is actually mere moments after the little ghost phantom attack that we had in the previous session. Coda Saxblood, we will say that you were with the group the entire time for convenient purposes, but you offered in the fight against these little spirit ghost things, and yeah, so you all sit in kind of like a mirror circle. The witch has actually passed out from her pain, as well as Sophie is completely out of it, right? There doesn't seem to be any more ghosts coming from the fog. However, you guys do notice that the fog is getting much, much thicker.
That's thickening fog. Kind of reminds me of the story of the red flags when they went and fought the Slodes. They had that thickening fog that enveloped the island. But regardless, any suggestions on our first steps to finding this
You have probably Zekrin over by this tree kicking it and cursing and whatnot.
Yeah, it's thick fog.
Snakebait's character is probably over, messing with his bow. Sophia, as well as the witch, are on the ground. And Jablix is probably honing his own healing and druid magic. Over on the corner and speaking in Khajiit tongue. Girian stumbles, put off the fog to locate the company. Leaning on his staff for support, he takes note of the injured party, and without a word, he sets about trying to heal the unconscious party. Let's go AFK for a second, okay? No problem.
All of us here. Our steps, thick fog. Fortunately, my insight. Fortunately, I'm pretty comfortable in situations where we don't have line of sight.
As you talk, the flustered party kind of, besides Girian of course, just kind of ignores your words as they are very flustered as they barely survived this very critical attack. And the sound effects, that added it.
Strategize. Alright. Let me do some research.
Okay, what would you like to
Let's
research?
go over what we know about her. Let's go over what we know about her so far.
What you know
Look
about
through
the Scald Queen?
Skull Queen, yes.
Okay, well,
Let's
you're obviously sailing with her, chasing that one guy, which I apologize, I do not know the name of right now. But in a massive storm, you guys crashed here. Most of you were unscathed, and her undead crew was actually completely dead, and she was missing. Her body was not on the beach, and so you guys have been actually trying to locate her. I think it's, they said between two mountain cliffs or something.
Okay, what else we got so far?
And the fog has been billowing over Betnik for several days now, and you guys went out yet again to search, and you were actually attacked by these ghosts.
Yes. So, fog and then ghost.
Yes.
Shipwreck, fog, ghost. Now, did anyone take note? My memory's vague right now. Did anyone take note which direction the fog happened to come from? If it did. Come from a direction. Inland or outland? Outsea.
From,
That.
I suppose, okay. Dropkick is back. Since I'm not playing, oh, I'm sorry.
I'm thinking we either search directly the other side of the island that we came onto, because then we would cover ground, or focus on the center of the island.
Okay. Well, I think I shall play an NPC for now. In kind of a foggy haze, the witch kind of awakens, and she awakens mid scream, and she shoots up from her from her laying down position, and looks at the scattered party amongst the fog. She can barely see inches within her face. But she can make out everyone, just as everyone else can make out the figures of her and the rest of the party. And the more specific, Garen uses his liaison hand ability to give 5 HP. Did you roll for that, or wait? What? My apologies. What die would you suggest that I roll for that one? Dropkick. No. Oh, it's a it's a cantrip. Okay. So, Garen lays down his staff near the restless bodies. Oh, okay. So, Garen lays down his staff near the bodies of the restless Socia and the witch that is kind of in a manic state at the moment. The healing finds itself in Socia as well as the witch. It seems to calm down the witch slightly. She's not as manic and she's not kind of just randomly screaming. However, Socia still lays unconscious as she was on the brink of death. The witch just kind of looks at everyone. What happened? Are they gone? The ghosts, are they gone?
Yes.
Oh, thank the 8. This fog, it's not subsiding though. It seems to be getting thicker.
I agree. It's up to us to find out.
After leaving. Garen rises to his feet after leaving Sosi in the best condition he could. I don't know. I wasn't here. I just found you. The witch looks at Girion with happy eyes as she was recently healed by him, but a little confused. Ah, I see. And she kind of, stands up and looks around as actually the fog literally becomes blinding, as if you weren't within inches of each other, you wouldn't be able to see each other. So in this, the people who are wandering about, Zekrin and Snake Bait's character as well as Shablix, they are now, maybe it came so fast that they are actually blinded and wouldn't be able to see Coda, Saxblood, Girian, Socia, as well as the Witch. One second. So okay, so the witch kind of looks around and, begins to become manic again. The fog, it's getting thicker. By the way, Coda, if you would like the text, that's no problem.
Yeah. I'm actually currently.
Okay, cool. Girion attempts to remain calm and collected. One sec. Girion attempts to remain calm and collected despite the many undead spirits that are registering in his senses. You have a way out of here, witch. We cannot stay here lest the hosts descend on us again. Kodo reflects on his action. He remembers staying stationary often meant death in the marsh. I will reside over here with my back to this rock until we decide where to go. The witch kind of looks up, and kind of looks left to right. Well, of course I have a place to go, but we'll never find it in this thickening fog. This thickening fog.
Alright, so now, at least now we are more clear that she is not necessarily the brute, but she.
Garen ponders on this a moment. If I can concentrate, I may have a way out. Okay. Can I... Saxblood, do you have a die?
No. Pardon.
Okay. I'm so sorry, Garion, but what die would one have to roll for a perception check? Would it be a 20? Okay. Well, I think you have your own d20, so can you roll, I'll roll for Coda Blood. By the way,
I
what's
know,
your
I know.
wisdom?
I just pulled it up,
Okay.
and yeah, I didn't save it. The fillable sheet's blank right now.
Okay, well, we will just assume that your
Yeah,
wisdom is high since you've lived in the marsh, and
yeah, yeah.
we'll give you a dole.
Specialist, druid. So yeah.
Okay. Well, so we'll give you a dual spec, so just a simple 16, I suppose. For Garion, are you proficient in perception or no?
Oh yes,
Okay.
I have insight actually.
Okay.
Insight and acrobatics.
Okay, so let me roll this here. Okay, you, Saxblood, have it's a 6 plus 3, so that's 9, so your perception's too low. Garen, would you mind rolling? Okay. Would you mind doing a perception roll?
I like.
Wait, Garen, do you need me to roll for you? Or a perception check? Oh, okay. My apologies. Okay, natural 20. So, Coda, since you kind of went your own way back toward the rock wall, your your senses are not dulled per se, but you've kind of found this newfound security in the wall, so you don't seem to notice what Girion actually notices. And Girion, deep within the fog, almost as if it's in another lifetime away, you see kind of like a light at first. Um, yeah, it's just like a kind of like a blinking light that doesn't seem like anything, but within seconds, the light seems to shine brighter and brighter and brighter, and literally within a 10-second span, those with a high enough perception would easily be able to see it and would easily be distracted by it. Also, Girion, since you've kind of had this sense for the dead, I would assume that, well, I wouldn't assume, but okay, raises his holy symbol into the air and motions the rest of the party toward the light. Something is coming, he says. Now, since you've been kind of having these muddled kind of feelings about the undead and all of that, you actually, let me see here. Yes, you actually, since you've been sensing it the whole time, you actually sense, like, like your senses become overloaded, and you begin to feel, like there's, like, dead, like, coming all around you. D4 to any attack or saving throw for 10 minutes. Okay? Sounds good? So, so, saying that, all the other party members, also to begin to notice the light. Some start, like, yelling out, hey, you know, the light over there. And others just kind of scream out because, you know, they can't really see each other. The dead feeling to Girion becomes almost overwhelming. And right before you hear, like a massive scream deep within the fog, it's like a billowing voice, like it's like kind of like shrill, and it's very, almost terrifying. It yells out, hail those who came before. Before you hear a massive Khajiit scream come from the fog, which you could only assume is Jiblix. Gear reaches for his sword. Stand at the ready, the dead return again. And so you hear this massive Khajiit kind of growl scream, and it isn't a mere few seconds later before you hear, you know, like a scream coming from Snakebait's character, the Breton, as well. And then after another few seconds, you hear the beastly, big Zekrin even scream out kind of a yelp. And all these screams happen around you. And Socia, which was at your feet a mere few seconds ago, you see her body, you know, kind of like, you know, literally just a few inches away from you, get like kind of like taken into the fog as well. And she can't scream, obviously, because she is actually unconscious. So by now, and after literally like 30 seconds, the only three left are Girion, Coda Saxblood, and the witch. The witch took a little bit of a time of trying to figure out what was actually happening, and when she stands up, you know, I assume kind of using leverage from her like companions, she looks toward the blinding light that is coming from the distance and yells, "We have to go towards the light!"
Let us go. Let us go. I too suggest we change our location. Something more secure. Yeah.
Girion holds his blade aloft, motioned to the two of his companions to form up. Watch each other's backs. Keep eyes behind you. Okay. So just as the witch kind of yells that, since you guys are standing very close, you actually see a very icy kind of undead hand reach out from the fog and grab her wrist, and it is attempting to pull her into the fog as well. Yeah. So, I believe initiative goes off of dexterity. And what's your dexterity, Codasax? Do you have that written down?
I only have the basic, actually. I just have the specialist number.
Okay, what's that?
Specialist number if we go off of...
A-1 equals 7.
I'm assuming that
okay.
Numbers being the same as the character sheet, my specialist number is 14.
Okay, so
Dexterity.
I believe that is a +2. +2, I think. So let me roll my d20 here. So it's a 9. No, that's a 6. Plus 2 is 8. Give me a sign wherever. Okay. So, Coda, you can go. You get to go first since you rolled 1 higher than Girion, and yeah. So, what do you do in this situation? Do you attack or?
And it's 3 of us, and there's one hand grabbing you.
Grabbing the witch.
Grabbing the witch into the fog.
Still attempting to, yes.
Yes, attempting to. So, we attack the hand.
Of course. So what would you like to do? What kind of an attack?
Alright. I'm going to actually hit it with my mace.
With your mace?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
As a druid, I got my shield and my mace.
So you want to hit it to your attack roll. Okay. We'll see how this works out here. So, mace would probably be strength, or what would that be? Or do I just roll? Because I have the die here. I'm the DM, but Kirian's helping me out the most. Should be a roll, a d20, and your strength bonus. Okay, thank you. So, what is your strength?
According to the specialist, basic says 18.
18, okay.
Yeah, that was pretty high. But there's a
Okay. So you got a 5, an 18, what I believe that's a +3. So that's 8, and then I'll roll a d4 to add on top of that. So that's a 10. So it isn't quite enough, but in kind of since it's your kind of nature, as a marshlander, you instinctively like pull out your mace, and like you didn't have enough time to kind of prepare an actual steady swing, but your mace kind of slams down on the ghost's wrists and kind of makes its way through a little bit.
Okay.
But no, it doesn't sever it, and the witch is now in one more turn would be drawn into the fog. So now, Girion, it is your turn.
Oh, okay.
Girion tries to finish the job. He takes a stab at the ghost with his greatsword using the Divine Smite to add 3d8 radiant damage to undead target if it hits. Copy adjuster. Okay.
Yeah.
Level. Do you have your 20 or? Okay. 8 equals 18 plus 4 from Bless is 22. Okay, so you definitely... Okay, so having more time, a bit more time to kind of focus your energy and strength. 1 second. To kind of focus your energy. With one killing swing of your greatsword, your sword comes crashing down on the ghost's wrist, completely severing it, and the ghost kind of goes screaming back into the fog. The 7 slash I'm not going. Okay, cool. Well, either way, you definitely got rid of the ghost. And now, from your kind of senses, you sense that, like, this is getting really bad. Like, you can even hear it. Anyone could basically smell it and feel the cold shivering that there could be hundreds of ghosts literally like inches away from your face. You wouldn't know. And now, actually, you see the bright light getting even brighter, and it actually kind of pierces through the fog, lighting up a path. Oh, welcome, John Coulter.
What up?
Nice that you could join us. We're actually mid-roleplay right now. Would you like to join?
Yeah, I heard the party was going down in this, party chat, so I had to join.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm broadcasting it. Everyone watching actually...
that's why you're talking weird. Because I was like, why is it sounding all, like, proper and professional?
Hey, well, so nice that you can make it. Hello, Sadane. Nice that you can make it. That's great.
Yeah, I had to go buy a headset.
Okay. Girian's eyes flare golden for a moment before they die down, the blade growing with divine radiance as it follows through. Okay.
All I have to say to that is, oh my.
Well, would you guys like me to kind of update you on what's going on?
Yes, please.
Okay. Well,
If you can, I do apologize. If you can you shoot us a group invite so that we can just join that group that you guys are in?
Yeah, of course. So this changes a lot. So to kind of fill you in on what's exactly going on, after the little attack had subsided last time, you all had kind of gathered up, and I just said, like Zekrom was probably off cursing and kicking trees, and Dublix kind of like off to the side, talking in Khajiit tongue, doing his own little magics or whatever. When it, out of kind of nowhere, the fog got even like 10 times worse, and the fog, literally like you couldn't see inches within your face. Girian and Coda Saxblood had walked up to Sosia and the witch. Girian actually healed Sosia, but she still laid unconscious, while the witch had beneficial things to that. And they were all kind of just trying to regain their balance and whatnot or whatever. And when Coda, was like, oh, I want to go over to this boulder, kind of more safety, and the fog got even worse every second. And then it was Girian who noticed it started off small, but the light kind of became blinding within seconds, coming off like deep within the fog. And after that, right before stuff went down, like they heard like a deep billowing voice say, just kind of emerge from the fog. It says, "Hail those who came before," in a deep billowing voice. And that's when the screams started happening, like people, the ones that were here heard screams coming from Jiblix, as well as Snakebait's character, as well as Zekrin, but he's here now, so... And Sosia, which was at their feet only mere seconds ago, was actually dragged off into the fog. And so the fog became, 10 times more worse, and it was just now that Girion, Coda, and the witch kind of stood in kind of a back-to-back formation when a ghost reached out from the fog, in front of her and tried to grab her, and take her, but Coda and Girion combined were actually able to cut off the arm. And it was just as you guys were joining that the witch kind of looked at the light and said, we should go there. And the light is actually kind of lighting a path through this kind of, endless fog. So that's where we are.
Thick fog, mist.
And so I assume, because since Zekrin was also taken into the fog, he would probably have fought the ghost that had taken him, and was one of the lucky ones and probably rejoined with the others. And debating on if Two Grave Tongue was with them the entire time. Maybe it would be a bit more convenient. What do you guys think?
Actually, I was gonna just send right now Wolfsong, who's playing. Wolfsong, you're playing Doshara, right?
I don't. Is this like a 5.0 thing?
Yeah. But we'll just say that
I don't have a character sheet.
Well, we'll just go ahead and say that she has a strict 2 policy modifier in harm rooms, and we'll just roll with that. But if you're gonna be playing Doshara, I was gonna say that the setup could be that Doshara might have had since she's more of a maging kind of person, she had maybe a vision or something that sometimes you go to Bednik, and so basically Doshara got Two Grave Tongue's attention, and I was like, let's go because our troops are our friends are in need. And so basically we warped into Bednik from our cool ass tower, and so we're kind of wandering in the fog, and then we come across you guys as you try to get us as close as possible. So out of the fog you see 2 fingers pop out, and everybody kind of pulls out their blades, getting ready to fight, and all of a sudden Two Grave Tongue and Doshara pop up,
Okay. Well, whatever you guys want to do about that. I'm kind of making this like I decided at the beginning to make this a bit more actually role play-y, so a bit more dialogue aside from the fighting.
Oh, I'm out. Come on, that's the whole point of roleplay, is a fight.
But there is fighting, of course. You just missed it.
Every DM is different, so I mean, however you want to do it, that's how you should do it.
I was kidding, by the way.
I know.
just tossing that one out there. So so Two Grave Tongue comes out and he's wandering around with Doshara, the Vexitorian Doshara. And again, you said that the fog was very thick, and basically just in front of your face, you can't see almost anything. And so he's holding out his hand and grabbing Doshara by her arm or her wrist and trying to pull her around, moving through, and then figures start popping up in the fog. And so at this point, Two Grave Tongue comes out, hey, excuse me, is anyone there? I say hail, hail! Oh, this bloody fog is all over the place.
As you and Doshara kind of draw nearer, you actually see the spirits popping up left and right, and if you don't move quickly, they could probably actually swarm you. Swarm you guys.
I thought we were trying to just approach the group.
Oh.
Try to get in contact with the group. I mean, if you want us to go through a fight with the ghost, I'm down for it.
Oh, whatever.
Two Grave Tongue never turns away from a fight.
But right now, the main group only consists of Girion, Kodasak's blood in the witch. And
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, the idea would be to meet up with you guys so that we could just all roll together.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, I assume you would be probably pretty near, so anyone could kind of respond to your calls.
Sugar Tongue turns back to Dushara, looking to the fog, turns back to Dushara. She's like, I tell you, Duck Centurion, I hate smoking. I don't understand why people do it. Apparently all the orcs went crazy here on Betnick and started smoking, all at the same time.
At hearing Two Graves' voice, you hear Zekran's voice come through the fog over a distance. Two Grave, is that you? Tusarius! Tusarius! He yells. His voice kind of stammering as if running. Yeah. Getting louder and louder.
Two Grave goes ahead, puts his hand over his eyes, you know, to try to simulate, like, you know, trying to get a better perception. He's like, do I know you? Fog.
And out of the fog comes a sweaty, dirty Zekran.
Centurion, it's good that we found you. Now, what's been going on? It seems that, well, first off, what is with this fog?
We believe it magical in nature, but the spirits... I managed to find my way from them, but I could not see Socia.
By the way, Girian Gerard writes, and let me actually bring that back up and I'll read it out for everybody.
Holds his sword
Holds
into
his sword.
the air.
Yeah, holds his sword into the air, as the voice approaches. Who goes there? Step forward. Zektrin, Tesarius. That dude shook up, dude. He didn't know how to pronounce my name correctly. Zekrin.
By the way, the situation's kind of like a desperate kind of, like there's like ghosts like all around you, so you might want to get to everyone quickly. That's like kind of the mentality.
Yeah, I know it was a typo. I was just playing off of it. So anyway, so yeah, it's just the Two Great Pin comes out and he, you know, brings the shower about or whatever, like he's standing next to him and Zekran's here. And now we hear Girian, you know, calling out and we approach, you know, each of the groups and kind of combine or whatever. Two Great Tongue looks around and he's like, noticing now for the first time, perhaps the phantoms, you know, emerging and withdrawing within the fog. He looks around and he's like, can anybody explain as to what's occurring here? It just seems like there's a lot of smoke. If anything, does anybody have a pipe? At least I can join in producing some of that.
The witch kind of... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This does not seem like ordinary smoke or fog. There's something not right about it.
Well, Dr. Victorian, that is why you are the mage. I cannot perceive it. To me, this is just all fog. I don't understand this. And you see that he's like kicking at the ground, just kind of like a little bit angry.
I second her perspective.
Oh, go ahead.
This fog does seem to be unusual. It's clear.
Well, the witch in kind of a manic scream looks at you guys. Well, now that we're done talking, we have to get to that light. And by the way, the light kind of lights kind of a bit more of a clearer path amongst the fog.
Girian does not explain. Instead, he simply says, "Undead in the fog. They will try to grab you. We must stand back to back."
Ah, a fight. Now this is where I come in.
I'd like to do a perception check, please, just to see what's all going on around me. Aside from the fog, is there that many actual enemies around? Like, are there any tracks that we see, or is it literally just this path of light through the fog?
It's literally just this path, and you know, like the screams of like the Khajiit and everything have kind of died down now. And yeah, it's like literally, cause like I imagine like the ghost, like the fog is kind of the same color as the ghost, so they could just literally reach out and grab you, like, and you wouldn't even see it coming.
Free
by the way,
perception check. Yay!
And by the way, who is this? And he looks towards the witch.
The witch kind of looks looks at him, and kind of like her face is kind of tear-stricken as she's very paranoid. I can't explain that now. We just have to get out of here.
Two Grave Tongue walks over, grabs her hand gently. He's like, don't worry, my dear. By my honor, I will assist you in whatever way we can. I'm gonna try to charm her. That's gonna be like, what is that gonna be? I got my charisma. I got
Is
charm.
that persuasion?
Breathes heavily. The spirits have already gotten to Blix, and we need to follow the light. Okay. So you want to do a check?
Yep.
Charisma check. Would that be? What would that be?
That's persuasion. I got a +5 on it.
So, okay.
Of course you do.
And I critted on a 20. Oh wait, who's rolling by the way? Am I or is Infinity rolling?
Well, we can consider that roll, but I was just saying I want to put these dice to good work that I got.
Oh no, definitely you can roll. Cause yeah. But I did crit, by the way. I just want to prove that point that I did crit.
Okay.
Wait. Hey, Infinity, are you wanting to roll for everyone?
I suppose.
Can I roll for my rolls?
Sure. Actually, let's just use your crit for now. So, the witch kind of unexpectedly grabs this scaly, slimy hand.
Whoa. Slimy is not a word I would ever use to describe. He hates water, and you abhors, being wet and moist.
Okay,
This guy has dry scales, nice dry scales. He feels like a nice purse made out of, like snake skin.
I don't know. I've seen some pictures of him in the bathhouse that would suggest otherwise.
Well, no, he likes the bathhouse, though. That's the only thing he does like. That's because it's different.
well,
Personality compared to his biological nature. Difference.
well, she kind of, I guess, grabs this warm hand that's kind of, one
Scaly.
second.
Dry and fickle.
Scarily warm hand, and in any other setting, it would kind of be, kind of disgusting. But for some reason, the warmth and the kind of courageous and kind of charismatic
Courageous,
nature
I like it.
of
Getting
Two Grave
anything
Tongue,
right.
she kind of nods her head and she kind of smiles and squeezes her hand even tighter around
Two Grave
his.
Tongue looks at her and says, don't worry, my dear. We will assist you in any way possible. Now, if you stay with me, not too far behind, I will defend you with my life if necessary. Then afterwards, maybe we can meet at the tavern. And he gives her like a nice little gesture and a wink.
She smiles. Don't flatter yourself, but we need to get out of here.
Whoa. 20 charisma or crit on a charisma roll? That's a okay wink back.
Kieran plants
Very
his
well
face
then.
into his palm.
What direction shall we go? I do believe Kieran was pointing the way.
It's actually, by the way, the light is leading toward that way, towards the beach. So yeah.
It's always the time, Kieran. It is always the time. But
Zephyr
now,
and face
please.
off down the path.
And this is kind of like, not like a walking thing, like you guys might want to run.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm running to.
Exactly. I'm waiting for the first
Oh,
person to
let
run.
me lead the way, I'm sorry, I'm the DM.
Yeah.
Is it really safe to run in fog?
There's kind of like,
No, we're gonna run into a tree.
there's a light.
Two Grave Tongue has a sword out, and he just pokes at everything in front of him.
Well, you are technically running through the fog, but the light is lighting a path.
Right.
So, as you guys run
This is
further
where we
and
lead off a cliff, right? And like fall to our deaths.
Like lemmings.
Perhaps.
Like Argonian lemmings.
as you guys run further and further through it, you actually look behind and see that the fog is actually kind of catching up to you, and just the kind of faintest faces of the ghosts kind of perching through the fog. And if you're not kind of careful, they could actually just reach out from in front of you and grab you. But since most of you have your weapons out, you kind of just poke them away.
Oh my.
Back apparition. Back.
So as of right now, Socia, Jablix, and Snakebait's character are nowhere to be found. They just kind of were taken. But yeah, you guys just continue to run through the fog for what seems like not miles, actually miles, yeah. And the light does draw closer, yeah. So you guys can roleplay that or whatever.
Oh, with the urgency of you know, the ghost chasing us and the fog actually chasing us, every moment like seems to be stretched. So
Yes.
even though it might not actually be a mile, it feels like a mile. And so everybody's turning around trying to smack at the ghost, trying to dodge their attack or whatever. Of course, Two Grave Tongue valiantly grabs onto the witch's hand, pulling her along, leaving Doshara behind. It's alright. I will save your life. It does not matter. He whips out his shield, and bearing his shield, he puts it, you know, around her, his arm around her with his shield on. Come close to me.
Let's go.
As Zekran runs through the fog, he does a series of dodges, rolls, and spinning cuts to keep the apparition's hands away from him.
Okay. Girion is taking swings at the fog whenever it seems to be taking a humanoid forms, trying his best to cut a path for the group. So, whoever is leading it, the light actually becomes a lot more like kind of like bigger in your kind of peripheral, and you can see that it's definitely drawing closer.
Centurion Zekran, as Two Grave Tongue looks over, be careful, you don't want them to touch you. They have cold hands. Or so I heard.
Zekran just nods as he cuts another hand down from the fog and quickly runs to the other side of the path.
Okay. Well, you're actually kind of seeing it as it is now, as you guys come to here, but these are kind of just more boulders and not actually man-built. But as you guys come to this little, like through this little rock formation, you actually, it literally like night and day, you just escape the fog completely. As you come down onto this narrow beach, like the water is there, and you, as you turn around, like, as everyone made it out of the fog, you see that the ghosts actually have stopped trying to attack you, like they cannot leave the fog. So, you're now on this, shallow beach, as you've, merely escaped the fog, and in front of you, you actually also kind of see it how it is, over there. You see like a great, like the light has now kind of died down, but it's still very bright and grand.
Can I do a survival check to see if I can think of some natural way that the light could have formed, even though it's obviously not natural?
Of course not. No, I'm joking. Of course.
$16.
16. Okay. Well, using your survival check, you can actually see that this is definitely not a natural occurrence. It is being produced by something. By someone, actually. Falls onto
Girion
one.
falls onto one knee, his breath heaving from running and sprinting in heavy armor. Sorry. I'm just used to reading his posts.
The witch kind of falls, you know, on her knees, kind of like on the water thing. She had literally just like been unconscious seconds ago, so not seconds, but minutes ago, and now she's had just ran all that away, so she's definitely heaving. But yeah.
Are the ghosts able to come out of the fog, or are they just hiding?
I do
like
apologize, don't mean to interrupt, but Two Grave Tongue was holding onto the witch and basically carrying her throughout this entire moment. I think that some hugs and some love for the Two Grave Tongue is in order.
No.
I think you take that up in character, sir. So are the ghosts just like stopped in the fog? Like, are they able to reach out of the fog, or are they just? Can we even see them now?
Well, the fog had stopped at this like little rock formation back here. They can reach out of the fog, but they cannot leave, and you guys are too far away to even get grabbed. Like you're just down this little hill.
Okay. So we've at least separated ourselves from them.
Turning from the
And
light,
then
Zekrom looks to the archway, watching as the spirits reach from the fog and fall back into it.
Two Great Tongue kicks at the water on the shore, just splashing the water about. It seems that we're going to have to swim or get across that stupid island over there. Wait, you there? And walks over to the witch and again puts his arm on top of her, caressing her. Are you all right? Is everything fine?
She kind of coughs and like she just says, "Yes, I'm fine. Can you please remove your arm from me?"
Excuse me, I did roll a crit on a charm, so you better love me as much as a person could possibly love another individual. Anyways.
DM is God.
Very well. And with that,
all you want, sir.
he retracts his arm. Do you know what we at? Like, what is over there? And he points towards the island.
Can I do a detect magic towards the island? Is that possible, or am I too far away?
You're too far away.
Too far away.
Give it a second.
Yeah.
Wow.
The witch kind of looks up to him. Her, not tears, actually, yeah, tears in her eyes, kind of. Well, I don't exactly know what that is. No, I've never really been to this part of the island.
Huh. Okay, that seems very logical and well. Well then, if anything, Yoshara, why don't you go over there, Duxatory, and go over there and investigate. I'll stay here and take care of her. She seems like she needs a warm body.
Alright, is there anyone else who would like to go with this one?
Yes, there is.
Where is that one going?
This way.
Oh. Coda is more at ease. After minutes following exiting the fog, I'll gladly swim over there.
You do not need to swim. It looks like the shore is shallow enough over on this side.
The witch kind of looks at Two Grave. If you don't mind, I shall be accompanying them as well.
No, of course not. I will assist you in accompanying you and making sure that you're well.
Of course, right.
Of course, he states with a wink. Of course.
So, as you guys traverse, it's like, it's not like a dangerous thing. There's like, coral on the bottom and stuff. But the path is actually neatly, like, almost
Oh god, I'm wet. I hate being wet.
too ironic of a shallow path, but yeah.
Zekrin follows the path.
Okay. So as you guys kind of near, like it almost becomes blinding to the point where you might even have to put up your hand. And this is almost as you see it, except kind of near the back here, there's actually kind of a big part of I think it's like the front part of a really large ship has kind of crashed and kind of mended with this, like not mended, but like just kind of crashed into this little, I don't even know.
Real quick,
Ruin.
DM.
Yes.
The Gary Gerard clutches the side of its head, stepping
shoot,
as close to
I'm
the
sorry.
island as he can, making use of divine sense.
Oh, okay. So, can you roll for that?
I
I have a dice, but like, I'm not sure how to roll for
don't
that
know
yet.
if that's a roll or not. I think
Where's that
that's
cantrip?
kind of like detect magic, how you just do it.
Okay, well, in that case, Garen, as you draw near, you actually do... Okay. There are no undead in this area. You just, it almost seems kind of refreshing to your senses as you draw near. It's not ethereal, but, it's very bright in nature. But anyway, back
Detect magic.
to the description. There's this very big, front part of a boat crashed into the back of this ruin. And the front part of the ship kind of sticks out right here. And at the very, like, not top of the ship, but kind of like inside the little cord, like the little housing at the top of the ship, you see the light just kind of blinding through the doorway and in the windows.
Blinding to the top windows.
Well then, Two Great Tongue looks over towards Girion. A census. A census. I see that you're having a headache. Are you okay? As he's clutching his head, of course, doing the divine sense.
This light that is shining out of the window. Is it worth investigating?
Girion seems to breathe a sigh of relief. No headache. In fact, I believe we have found refuge for a time.
Okay.
Very well then. Just don't look so afflicted by it. With that, Two Great Tongue heads towards whatever light is up there.
Okay. So is anyone going to stay outside of the boat, or is everyone just going to go up as well?
I will pioneer. I am up there.
Okay.
Well, I take Doshara with me by the hand. I don't leave Doshara behind for nothing. Dutch Centurion, come. Come, why are you taking so long? The light waits for us. We don't know if it's death or life, but either way, we're gonna walk straight towards it. I would like to point out that I've once heard a man of Stendar once say that when one dies, they see a flash of light. So perhaps we're dead already?
Perhaps we should approach. We should be cautious about this.
Yes, I totally agree. With that, I will knock on the door and find out what's going on the other side. There's a door, right? With light or something like that?
There's no door, it's just like, you can just walk in to this little, living area on the boat.
Okay, so yeah, definitely Two Great Tongue walks in and starts greeting everybody. He's like, "Hail there!"
There's only one person, but, Girion follows after the Argonians, and Khajiit keeping an eye on the others behind him. So, as you enter, or if you say anything, you,
I do enter and I say something.
Okay. So as you enter, the light is, you basically can't see. It's basically like the fog, but in reverse. It's kind of just feeling your way through the light, instead of like the darkness. And after hearing your voice, kind of a person kind of grunts, and the light begins to dim and subside, and you see like this massive, like ancient elf, like orange, like those orange crystals that you find in ruins. It's you find it like it's kind of like dimming, and it seems cracked, but almost as if it's like been like reworked to serve a different purpose. The grunt comes from kind of like like a beastly woman, and it isn't like some who were riding the boat would immediately recognize that it's the Scald Queen. The Scald Queen's eyes like are kind of shielded with these glass, these makeshift glasses to help her like kind of not see, but like not damage her eyes in this glow. And she removes them and kind of squints at the party as they enter. "You've survived," she says in kind of a deep groan.
With that, Two Great Tongue puts up his hand, this entire time that he's blinded, and then once the light kind of dims a bit, and I hear the Scald Queen, I hear the Scald Queen say something. I go ahead and I put up my hand, or bring down my hand a bit, like squinting my eyes, trying to see as much as I can. It's like hearing her words like, "Oh, you survived," and he kind of scoffs it off. He's like, "Yes, to much of my detractors' dismay, I tend to survive. I'm like a venereal disease, apparently, or I've been told before."
I'm sure I can see this Scald Queen. Do you know what is happening here?
The Scald Queen kind of looks at both of them, almost wants to chuckle, but her kind of overall personality at the moment is definitely more dulled. Of course I know what's going on. My whole family has been killed, and soon me as well. And she um, kind of takes her hand off of her stomach to reveal like a deep piece of shrapnel. And there's like now like that the light is gone, you can definitely see. Oh, see us again. You can see that there's basically blood all over the floor.
I hate to be that person, but it seems that you've got a point stuck in your abdomen there. Did you know that?
She looks at him and like if she had enough power, she'd be the one to like kind of just punch him for that. But she, yeah, she is just too kind of almost dead. So she just kind of sits on the table. Yes, I'm very aware.
Oh, well, then, no worries. Please be quiet for a moment. Dashara, if you can, the Centurion, please attend to her.
Shara steps towards the woman and kind of kneeling down next to her. She investigates the wound. How big is this piece of shrapnel?
It's basically kind of like, it's like actually really bad. It's like the size of like a floorboard. Yeah, it's like, but like she's obviously broken it off. But yeah, it's definitely like takes up, kind of half of her kind of stomach, and yeah. As Girion steps into the light and sees the... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This looks rather serious. Yes, Girion, this one would be glad of your assistance.
The orc kind of looks at the two healers, kind of seeing where this is going. Oh, no. I don't need healing. I don't want healing.
Really? Why? Did you wish to die?
Well, it's not that I wish, it's just... I've never lived a life without my family. And now they're gone.
Two Grave Tongue at this walks over gingerly towards her, grabs her hand.
Oh no.
What? Death awaits us all. You should not be so happy and intend to die. Why, the withered rose stands beauty in the testament of life and in the sun, but it withered away in the dark, cold and under earth. It just withers into nothingness. He just says he spouts bullshit. He's still gonna try to charm her.
I will roll. We'll see.
I got a +5 to my persuasion.
You have a plus what?
5 to persuasion.
Okay, well, you rolled a 3 and got an 8. So that means, I think it's 8 or whatever. But the orc kind of like, she like, like just being her ginger self, acts like she's playing along, like her face becomes dull. She's like, oh, no. Take your hand away from me, lizard. But I'm not so happy to die, no, but like I said, I've never known a life without my family, and I see myself providing services better if I perish.
Well, if anything, I can assist you in providing you a family. He states with a wink of his eye.
Is this another persuasion check?
No, just him saying, because you failed, so I'll go with it.
Girion looks to the Skull Queen after that display. Anyway, defying the laws of nature to keep your family is not the right way. Loss is something we must all experience, my friend. Perhaps this is a sign. Would you like to do this as a persuasion check? Or is just saying it in general? Okay. I shall roll. What's your proficiency? Persuasion. Young Girion. Oh, +5. Okay. So yeah, with that, the orc's face, surprisingly, because this is a Breton and they're kind of mortal enemies, but the orc kind of looks down and back up at you all. Like I said, I've never lived... Oh, okay. Well, you definitely got it then, but anyway. I've never lived a life without a family. I mean, I have no other family to go to, of course, but maybe death isn't the right way.
It never is. It never is. States 2 Grave Tongue.
Well, I know we've become not allies, or kind of allies, but not very close, but I think my days on the sea are over. And I was considering if I ever found you, I'd ask you the question, and if I lived, could I join your family? I mean, the Legio Leporum. The Divines have a strange way of showing mercy sometimes. Perhaps this is your chance for penance.
God, man. God, stop with your talk, your divine talk. You're just blabbering about. Anyways, two Grave Tongue turns to the Orc Skull Queen. Talking about family, yes, you want to start a family? I would be more than happy to oblige.
No. Not in
Doshara
that.
kind of puts her hand on Tigger's shoulder and kind of gently nudges him aside. Enough of this talk. She is clearly bleeding out, and we must help her before it gets much worse. And with that, she kind of beckons towards Gurion to come close so that they can work on removing the shard and healing her together.
Okay. Would you?
By the way, Gurion flashes to Grave the angriest glare any of you have ever seen from him.
Well, could you guys roll to heal? My apologies, I have to use the restroom real quick. But yes, I shall return.
Gurion will remember that. Well, remember, Gurion can't act on it, okay? Because he's a godly individual. He believes in the gods. There's nothing he can do about it. So go ahead and I guess do a heal check. I don't know what heal checks entail, so.
As far as I know, it's just a spell, but I don't really know. What? You gotta run! We're about to heal her.
Well, can you do a heal check real quick before you run away? Please. Good sir. Like a healing check for the Skull Queen. Or like cast a spell or healing spell or whatever, yeah.
Shouldn't there be like a bonus since we're both doing it, like helping?
I really don't know. Maybe like a +2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that should probably do it.
Coda is amused. Oh, sorry. Coda is amused at the comradeship of his allies. Gurion, I mean, you're the one that knows how to do all that healing stuff and whatnot, so I don't know what you're like.
Well, he got a natural 20.
Yeah, no, but I don't know what is it, like a healing check? Is it a spell that you guys cast? That's my question. I would ask actually.
I guess it kind of depends on the DM.
Well, no, it would depend on their moves, on the move sets that you have.
The abilities.
Yeah, because heal. Well, there's a medicine, which is under wisdom. He's out of healing spells, so this was a medicine check using a healer's kit. Ah, okay, so that makes more sense. Okay, so Gurion is is able to like withdraw the shard, and then that kind of causes a gout of blood to kind of spill out, and we'll say that the Skull Queen kind of like knocks out for a second there, but quickly Doshara had prepared a spell, And as soon as Girion is able to effectively remove the shard without, like, breaking it further or causing more damage to the Skull Queen, Doshara shoots off the spell and it begins to heal, and you see that the flesh begins to bind and the blood coagulates, and it goes back almost to looking almost like normal. I mean, she'll have a vicious scar there for the rest of her days, but for the most part, she's okay. And then within a few moments, again, Girion and Doshara working. Understanding medicine to a better degree than any of us, has basically like maybe some herbs and things like that to arouse her from her shock, and so she comes to and she looks down at her abdomen, and you see that the wound is completely healed. But again, it's going to be scarred for the rest of her days.
What's going on?
Girion and Doshara were able to heal to the Skull Queen. Yeah, and Girion has to leave.
Oh, okay. Well, see you, Girion.
Because you can't hang around godless heathens like Two Grave Tongue. Get out.
This demigod. The orc looks down at her abdomen, and the pain that was in her face and the grumpiness kind of subsides as she looks up. Now seeing that, this is, she sees that, these people take care of each other. She's always been the one to take care of other people. It's never been ever like about her. So she kind of just like looks, and like for the first time kind of like actually gives a genuine smile. Thank you guys. But she kind of looks out and points toward the fog that looms on the beach. There are bigger things at stake here.
Girion states, once the healing is done, Girion looks to the company. I must go and find something for those wounds. I will head out and see what herbs I can scavenge.
Wait, before I start the next conversation, who was that person we were chasing again in the boat?
Montang.
Montang, okay. The orc kind of like looks down and back at you guys. Like I said, there's bigger things at stake here. Montang.
Of course there is. Two Great Tongue walks over once more and gingerly lays a hand on her shoulder. He's gonna try to charm her again.
Oh,
I think enough has transpired.
And before I continue, what's that thing that allowed her to keep her relatives alive? Like undead?
It was a gift that was bestowed upon her. Like a literal item.
Yeah, well, like, what is it called? That's the thing.
Oh, it's a doll. It doesn't really have a name. It's just enchanted. An enchanted doll.
Okay. Right, let me roll.
Go ahead, roll.
Okay.
+5.
Yep, you still weren't able to, because you rolled a 5.
What? I call shenanigans. You've been
Do you
rolling
need a
very
picture? Do you need a picture?
low. Shenanigans. This is shenanigans.
No, this is for real, I swear. I rolled a 5.
Feeling her hand, like, grabbing Two Great Tongues and kind of shoving it away. Two Great Tongues, like, you know what, that's fine. Sorry, he doesn't just say that aloud. He just kind of, like, you see him, like, kind of, like, turning his head, and he's like, oh, whatever. And he walks over back towards his, the lovely witch lady. So how are you doing?
The witch kind of rolls her eyes and kind of, she seems merely quiet in the presence of the Scald Queen. But, and then after that, the Scald Queen just kind of shakes her head and grunts at Two Grave Tongue, and again looks out into the fog. Montang. Well, actually, the crash, I lost it. My item. Montang must have gotten it. Because, well, she looks down and back up at everyone. I know why this is happening.
Alright, well then if you know what's happening, tell us.
Oh.
Reveal to us what you know.
From what I've gathered, she kind of grunts as she sits down again. from what I've gathered from the island and from the locals, years and years ago, this island used to belong to the Bretons. But in kind of a push, the orcs had taken it for their own. The island of Brittany was no more, and this would be forever known as Betnik. When Mongtong had arrived here unexpectedly and found my item once more, he took this as an opportunity. All of those evil and dead spirits that had not yet found peace, he arose them. And for all we know, for all I know, of course, the village on Betnik could be no more. He's wreaking havoc on the only place he can.
Do you know where Montong is now?
One second. Koda is listening and absorbing the decision-making process of his team superiors. He reflects on if the witch's intentions are truly aligned with us. He listens to learn more regardless. And, hearing Doshara, the Scald Queen looks down and shakes her head. No, if I knew where he was, trust me, he'd be dead. I crashed here, which I guess was sort of lucky on this far beach, and I found this crystal. She points toward the orange ancient elf crystal. I was able to kind of reverse engineer it and amplify its effects. I mean, I've put up this beacon for anyone still alive on the island. The light, the bright, blinding light, seems to reflect the fog, and the spirits seem to only be able to travel through the fog. And yeah, she just kind of says that and looks down. That's all I know, of course. Two Grave Tongue says, alright, so how do we find this Montong, and how can we rid the fog and the ghosts? The Scald Queen kind of looks at them and with like kind of like not like confusion, but and kind of mere understanding. Well, that of course I don't exactly know. This bright light, it does tend to you know, keep the fog back, of course. Perhaps I can maybe take this stone, and as you can see, it's not half the size. Again, it takes up the whole center of the table. Perhaps I can make it smaller, and maybe someone could take it in their hand. If someone would be able to do that, they could go anywhere and be untouched.
Doshar turns to the witch. And what do you know of the situation that is happening here?
By now, the witch, you know, isn't as mantic as she was, and kind of has more of a steady mind. And you can see kind of a bit of an angst on her face. And she just kind of looks down and just shakes her head. Oh no, I know nothing. I know nothing, of course. I just ran into your people. I know nothing. John said he'd be right back. And the other witch seems very suspicious.
I'm sorry, I have to step away for a second.
Okay. Then there were two. Hello.
Alright, I do apologize for that. Had a little bit of an emergency call, but nothing terrible, so we'll
Okay.
survive.
Cool. Well, you basically
so
just missed the witch, like, cause Doshara asked her, like, you know, what's your role in all this? And the witch got, you know, she's more level-minded and not as manic. She looked very suspicious at all of you, and then back at the door and just said, "Oh, no, nothing. Of course, I know nothing of this. I just merely ran into your people."
Two Grave Tongue in a flurry bounces towards the witch and grabs her arms and looks towards the Shara and is like, "Why? Why would you accuse her of something? She has done nothing but be helpful and beautiful. Is that too much to ask?" And with that, he wraps his arms around her.
In that case, anyone could probably just, like, notice that her face kind of, like, becomes less paranoid, and she kind of, like, settles into Two Grave. By the way, Doshara is away at the moment.
Something along the lines of Doshara will probably respond with and so Trigger Tongue, you know, will say something amazing, and yeah. So Two Great Tongue's looking over at the witch and is like, "Well then, orc," and looks over towards the Skull Queen. My apologies, I should have called you that. I just don't know what your name is. If you even have a name. Did I not present myself to you?
The orc just kind of looks down and, not backing down, but just looks at him and just, "No, you did not introduce yourself."
I swear I did. Well, very well then. And with that, he lets go of the witch. He's like, shoves her off, and he stands erect, and he's like, "Pleasure to meet you. Hail, I am Tesarius Two Grave Tongue of the 11th Legion. Now, what was the word I'm looking for? Abolished? No, not abolished. Yeah, now abolished from the Imperial City. 'Tis a pleasure to meet you."
She kind of, again, it doesn't work on her, and she just, like, looks, "So you're, like, the leader of all of these mighty people."
Leader? I wouldn't say I'm a leader. Would I, Doshara? He looks towards Doshara's direction. Again, she's gonna probably say something along the lines of nag, 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 3 dots, nag, 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 nag. And he will look back to Skull Queen. He's like, "Well then, yes, I am the leader of the Ledger Leporo."
Well, it's nice to meet the man. Of course, I'm a little bit underwhelmed, of course, that the leader seems to be one of your stature.
Well, sadly, that happens to be your deficiency. Most people tend to be overwhelmed.
I see. She kind of just, like, kind of chuckles, and then, for the first time, like, she saw Doshara talk, she wasn't really paying attention, but then she kind of looks over across the room. Oh, Coda remains attentive to the environment surrounding his team. Yes, Two Grave is our leader. But, the Skull Queen kind of looks down, and for the first time noticing the witch across the room, you know, for whatever reason, she just wasn't paying attention to that specific person. And she kind of looks her up and down. Wait, was it told what race she was again?
Who, the witch?
Yes.
Skull Queen.
Yeah,
No.
she's Brett.
Okay, Breton. The orc kind of, like, looks the Breton up and down and almost says something but then doesn't, and then again examines her clothing, and then finally pipes up, "You there, the witch, the woman." The woman.
Oh, aren't we hasty? You're gonna be calling her a witch and you haven't even met her? Huh. Well, a rather rude orc you are. Apparently that's why your family died. You're too rude.
The orc, you know, you can see her fist clench, but she's actually very determined on seeing who this woman is. The witch, on the other hand, just kind of looks.
Walks over. Oh, sorry, real quick. Two Great Tongue walks over back to the witch and lays his hands on her, and he's like, "You don't have to answer." He states, looking back towards the orc.
The orc just looks the witch up and down. I recognize you. Don't think I didn't. But I do remember you, woman. The woman just kind of looks the orc up and down. Oh, no you don't. You have no idea who I am. I've never met you. The Scald Queen. The Scald Queen just puts up her hand. You opened the tomb. The tomb? I have no idea what tomb? The orc just puts up her finger and looks at the Tesarius. This woman, she opened the tomb and let all of this happen.
Interesting.
With that, he looks towards, Two Great Tongue looks towards the witch, looks back at the orc, looks at the witch, looks back at the orc, looks at the witch, once more looks back at the orc, looks at Doshara, looks back at the witch. He's like, wait a second, what tomb did she open up?
Well, of course, that my item was able to resurrect the dead Bretons, but they were encased in a tomb below the sands. Someone living here must have known the location of this and opened it. The spirits would not have been able to have been released.
Is that true? Two Great Tongue looks over at the witch. His eyes almost showing emotions, as though he might be really hurt, as though it might have, inflicted some damage towards him. Is that true? His voice says quivering.
The Breton just kind of, welcome back. We have found out that the witch was actually the one to open the tomb to release all the ghosts in the fog.
Okay.
And
I wasn't too far off.
Hearing Two Grave, the witch is kind of on her feet now, and she actually attempts to kind of bolt out of there, like out the door.
I have a chance to grab at her because I'm like literally right next to her.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
The entire time, remember, I told you that I've been holding on to her.
Yeah, so you
that would be
definitely
what, athletics?
You don't need to roll
Athletics?
because you definitely could grab her. And
Wait, my dear, why are you being so hasty to leave? And with that, he kind of like clutches onto her and holds her down.
let me go, you disgusting lizard.
Whoa, I am severely hurt. Not the disgusting lizard portion, but the fact that you want to leave my presence. I could never have assumed that. I would never have assumed that.
By now, like if you've got her pinned down, the orc walks up to the Caesarius and asks him to kind of get off of her, and then with that, kind of with her sheer strength, picks up the witch by her neck and holds her over the side of the boat.
Whoa. Two Great Tongue would not allow that to happen. I'm sorry to say that's a big no on Two Great Tongue's list of things that he would not allow to happen. He would allow a lot of things to happen, but that specifically, nope. He actually will get in between, he would actually shove the orc and be like get in between the orc and the witch. He's like, what do you plan on doing to her?
The orc kind of like holds the Breton close, and the Breton's basically just like a cat trying to get away or whatever, but like trying to...
No, you misunderstood. As she approaches to go and get at the witch, Two Great Tongue interjects in between the two of them. Basically standing in between the two. He's holding onto the bread, but he gets in between the orc as well.
Okay. Well, the orc kind of just looks at, like, she's really stoned, like, she shows little emotion. The only thing I can do, we need to get information out of her before I kill her and squash her like a pumpkin.
Well, you're definitely doing a terrible job. You don't grab a pumpkin from the top. Anyways, but no, let me speak to her for a moment. I'm pretty sure I can get some information from her. No need to be hasty and rude about it. So with that, again, since if you need to, I will do another persuasion check to try to get like pump information from her.
Okay. Let me roll. Okay, so you get a 15.
With a +5.
Uh-huh. So,
Okay, so I kind of like grab her by the shoulders, standing between her, and I'm like, look, it is quite alright. Understand that this can be fixed. We just need to know what you did and what you were looking for, and why.
the Breton looks at him through gritted teeth. First off, let me go. I'm not anything to you. And then she looks out at the kind of like the shore and back. But I never wanted this to happen, of course. When the man, Mong Tong, when he approached me, I just thought he wanted me to go relic searching. I didn't know what evils I would unleash if I opened that tomb. I'm really sorry.
But what man are you talking about?
Mong Tong.
With that, you see that two grave tongue kind of like, he has a very, what's the word I'm looking for, like a glossed over look on his face, like not glossed over, just like a very angry kind of look on his face, but it's just there momentarily, really quickly disappears. Montong. It seems that every woman on this island has it for Montong. I need to meet this man.
But I never wanted this to happen, of course. I couldn't say anything because, well, when we were in the fog, multiple of your people were taken.
And do you know where they would be headed?
Well, yes, I do. The tomb.
Okay, so he looks towards the orc. If we can find our way to this tomb, apparently, and find our allies, which is a top priority at this moment. And with that, he lets go of the witch, and then walks over, and you see that he takes more of a regal stance. He's like, top priority is that we have to save our members. But if we take you to this tomb, can you find a way of resealing these ghosts in there? You seem capable enough in magic.
She, nods. Well, of course, any person could seal the tomb, and you just need to close the door. But to leave the spirits at rest...
Wait a second. Hold on a second. But you're trying to tell me that literally, the only thing that's holding back these monstrous fog and all these ghosts is the fact that the door was just opened ajar? Just by a little?
Well, and the fact that they were set ablaze by my item. Anyone could have opened the door, but it was Mong Tong who did this.
Okay, so you're telling me that all we need to do is close the door. Like, literally, just close it, and all of our problems are gone.
No, you'll close the door, but that won't get rid of the fog and the spirits that already roam the island.
But that's what you just said. With that, he kicks at the ground. It's like, look, you're coming with us. Welcome to Legend Loporum, you're inducted. Have fun. And with that, he goes and looks over at Dashara. Let's go. Now, where's this tomb at? Lead us there.
The Scald Queen kind of, like, nods and, like, never really used to taking orders, but, she packs up, a sack and she kind of stuffs the big ancient elf stone in the back of it, and, yeah. Because, like, to keep the light around her. And the witch just kind of looks, well, yeah, but how are we supposed to get there through the fog?
The stone?
Right. Well, I don't know if I want to go back in there. I nearly died.
Well, I know exactly where you want to go, because you want to go exactly where we want to go, and since we want to go in there, that's where you want to go. And with that, he grabs the witch. Auxiliary, if you will, carry that stupid stone. And he looks towards Kodasak's blood.
Yes. Yes, I will.
So the Scald Queen gives the sack to Kodasak's blood, and she then kind of starts walking again, and she puts, equips some minor armor, and yep, she holds a big kind of not great sword, but medium great sword.
Right.
So it's a long sword.
Yes. Whatever it may be. Now I just actually need to find this place on the map. I think it's this way.
Look, Girion is right here. This entire time, man, you've been looking at this rock? What? You're a terrible scavenger.
He's actually over there.
Yeah, he's here.
On the face.
I'm trying to follow, Infinity. I don't know where Infinity is at.
Alright, I went the wrong way anyway. It's further down this way. We're off to see the wizard. The wolves deserve death.
I'm partial to wolves.
I just,
Crabs though, mud crabs deserve death.
I'll never,
Not
I'll never forget the time like when we've like literally first got here on like I was watching the video and I like wasn't there, but the first time that you guys got here and like you were just like kind of like casually like you just like demolished like one wolf and like Satine said something about it and you were like they deserve death. Here we are.
Have arrived.
So as you guys you know you probably have been walking through the fog for a few hours. It seems that the fog has actually made its way onto the beach, so you all stay close to Kodasak's blood. The ghosts literally loom inches like with like they try to grab you at every instance, but they can't because the light is just like all around you. But they're like on the edge. Like if that light were to go out, yeah, you would all be dead.
That's what you say.
Perhaps. And by now the spirits have like multiplied. You can just see hundreds of hands reaching out of the fog.
Kodasax, make sure you don't lose that stone, man.
Oh yes, I'm about to ensure I protect it.
So with that, we arrive towards the opening tomb or whatever, with the fog wrapping around us, and only the fact that Koda's holding onto the stone does it, shield away the fog. But as we approach the tomb, you see that the witch is probably like getting, scared or reflecting fear of approaching this area. Two Great Gun comes out and is like, "Is this it then? Is this the tomb that we're supposed to close?"
The witch kind of like wants to kind of like run away, but I assume she's like being held on to. Well, yes, this is it, but I mean, your friends, they're in there.
Well, guess where we're gonna go.
But it's we can't go in there. Death.
Why not? The doors are wide open.
Death resides within there.
Well, if you want to, you can stand out here. Then we'll go inside and then see how you make up with your friends here. And with that, he like pushes her towards the ghost, like the fog a little bit, just to, like see a hand like snap out. Is that what you would like?
No, and just as you guys are kind of arguing about that, the Scald Queen who has stayed silent most of the time kind of peeps up in a grunt. And she kind of points toward the back of Kodasak's blood. The light! It's dimming!
It's alright. So then we should increase our pace, move faster.
I think we should get inside, or before these phantoms take us.
Definitely.
Oh, with that, Two Grave Tongue walks in through the threshold and taking with him the... No, he lets go of the witch. She can stay outside. I don't care. Anyways, so you want to say?
The witch,
Allies.
Change.
Allies.
the witch, like, sees that and she just kind of runs in after them as well. And just as you kind of like get into, like, you know, where this cave on all sides of you, you actually see that the light goes out completely, but there's no fog in here. So, you seem to be good. And to kind of describe the cave, it's very ethereal, not ethereal, ancient elf, kind of alien. It's very blue and everything of the such. As you go down, you can almost, like, this is, like, anyone can feel this, you can kind of feel the pain that one had once gone through. You see, like, the kind of shackles on the walls, and, the cells that the Bretons were probably stuffed in, and, yeah, you just see skeletons everywhere of Breton people. But no sign of your friend, of, like, you know, the other members of the Legio Leporum.
Two Grave Tongue continues pushing forward. I mean, he's not going to stop until he finds his allies.
Yeah.
Like, he takes note of everything as yeah, like, he takes note of everything, or not takes note of everything, but he just takes note of things, and he sees, like, oh, there's skeletons, doesn't matter, we just keep on going. At this point, by the way, he has his shield and his mace drawn out.
Okay, and by the way, the witch is kind of, like, definitely shaking now. She's like, oh, you know, I didn't want to come in here in the first place, because she only did it to get the relic that she thought she was getting, but, you know, she's shaking as well. And the Scald Queen just stands at the back, with her sword at the ready.
Well, we're gonna continue on, so it doesn't matter. Unless, of course, you want to go outside and hang out with some friends.
No.
Who are just dying to meet you.
Of course not.
This happens to the witch. You know, take us to where,
To where what?
take us to where this all started.
Well, okay.
By the way, there's a cool cave over here that we could probably use to add ambiance.
I just really like
Further
that.
down the road, though.
I just really like that entrance. That's really cool.
No, the entrance is cool, but just add more ambiance to what we're seeing.
Oh yeah, I know what cave you're talking
It's
about.
that cave that's over. It's just it's a nice ride. And mud crabs everywhere.
It's just not gonna let me ride my mount? Okay.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Mud crabs should all be dead. You think so too, right? I think it's up this way, if I'm not mistaken. That cave. It's gonna have a couple of enemies inside. Wow, I've like passed so many nodes right now, but I'm just walking to that cave. But I should stop and pick up those nodes. Just find that out there.
Ooh, a Kuda.
You too.
Yeah, but keep going. I already know you guys. Alright, Bloodborne Cave. I can definitely go in here and set up for the ambiance. Oh, somebody is already picking up nodes.
Dushar is fighting wolves.
Alright, come on guys. You can pick up nodes later. Let's get this RP underway.
Coming. Well, already started.
Most of us are getting thrown off of our mounts because of like the constant wolves and wasps. Where is this entrance to Bloodthorn Cave?
I'm already in it.
I think it's up
outside of
here.
it.
I'm not quite sure.
Oh, there we go. Below.
I'm standing right outside of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it won't let me go in that entrance, but there's a different entrance this way that it like allows me to go in because I've explored here before.
Oh.
Oh wow, look at that light. That's cool.
Yeah, cutting through the clouds.
Oh my god, it almost seems foggy. That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's the entrance is over here, John. Past it.
Oh, where's that? Did I? Really? Oh yeah, it's under here. That's right.
Bloodthorn lair.
Yeah, this is that really cool little dungeon that you get to do with Jakarn.
You love Jakarn, don't you?
Oh man, I'd marry him.
Oh, I have to do the story or whatnot.
Wait,
Yeah,
you can't come in
I
here?
can't go through that entrance.
Oh shoot. Then let's just stay in
No,
this
no,
little...
you go through that entrance, and we can go through this entrance over here.
Oh.
Yeah, it all meets in the middle.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
I'm scared. It's spooky in here alone.
So, what if...
By the way, I'm recording this. I don't know if you like wanted to go anywhere, but... Darn, but, yeah.
Are you inside right now at the moment?
I am.
Yeah, I walked in.
Alright.
Like, is there a certain, like, channel you want this to go to, or just, like, leave it as a broadcast?
Well, I don't think you can put it up on the lantern lighters. So if anything, just keep it on your channel.
Okay.
Start the collection.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing? Set it ablaze.
Where is everyone?
There's so many black guys here.
Ooh, use that deep breath.
Cause everybody loves to grave time.
Since we're not
Everybody
fighting the
thinks
whole
to grave
time,
time
how about we
is
find
awesome.
how about we find a place where there's not as many enemies?
Insight nature.
Yeah, I think there's like a kind of thing of that like out here in the main room. So that's what I'm gonna head.
By the way, yeah, if anybody wants to write an awesome song about Two Grave Tongue, please do so. You can post it up on the comments below. Cause
We shall stand on
everything is
this wall.
awesome. When you have Two Grave at the helm, everything is awesome. Cause Two Grave Tongue is here. You can actually go, if you go further into the dungeon, into the little labyrinth, in this direction, I think it was.
Yeah?
No, not that one. This one. This way. It'll lead to a nice chamber where the quest is done.
Oh, okay.
And it has like a platform. Yeah, this one right here.
Ooh, we could actually stand on top of these beams up there.
Alright. And
Oh,
everything
this
you
is
need
cool.
right here.
Except there's an enemy. Pesky.
Yeah, there's a couple of enemies here or there, but it's nothing, you know, that the shark can't take care of. Oh, by the way, just
There's an
by
empty
the way,
spot over by the tree. Yeah.
I forgot to mention to you, when you walked away, Two Grave Tongue was talking to Doshara, and we basically filled it in with what you normally would say to Two Grave Tongues, which is blah blah blah, blah blah blah, or nag, 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 nag. So we just left it at that.
You're such a stinker.
Alright, so yeah, right here, we can stand right here. It's fine.
Okay. So,
Oh, how do I get over there?
I think you're
Oh,
up
where's
above.
where's Coda?
Where is everyone?
Yeah.
I think
down.
everyone's on different levels, I think.
I'm lost.
I'm actually above you.
Oh, shoot.
Literally, I'm above ground.
Why don't
Yeah,
you go back to
the door,
go back to
the doors,
the entrance?
the doors are barred. The doors are barred for me. Both.
Both of the
Both
doors?
of them.
Yeah.
Aw.
One of them says it's blocked with 2 bars, and the other one doesn't say anything. It's just blank.
Oh, because you probably have to set up the quest to do the quest line.
Too grave, I found Oshara, or she found me, or whatever.
Yeah.
Fresh avatar.
Well, if anything, I mean, we could head upstairs and continue this with, you know, try to.
Oh, well, I'll protect. I'll protect the gate outside. I'm
Oh.
here to ensure
No.
that.
You're not
No.
protecting the gate. You're gonna be joining us.
Yeah, you're gonna be helping us kill something.
Well, if anything, we'll just use imagination. This is just to get flavor, anyways. So.
Okay, so as you guys continue down the, it seems like a labyrinth. Anyone could get lost if there wasn't because there is a set path. Because certain doors are locked, certain doors are caged and covered in vines. But after passing, because like these skeletons are literally in a line. Like the line started at the entrance and it has not yet stopped, and you guys are pretty far into this in this ruined cave thing, this tomb. And you finally, after seeing all of this gruesome, oh, by the way, do you guys want to like role play any of that? Of you guys walking?
For the most part, I mean, unless somebody wants to say something, Two Grave Tongue is just gonna be intent on trying to find his allies. And so he's just gonna walk through the dungeon, and like I said, he'll look at things and just kind of like make a mental note of it, but nothing that he keeps or will retain for long. But at least for the effect of the present, he'll keep note of it, but just continue walking along until he comes upon something that shows where his allies might be at.
Okay. Well, after walking, you actually escape the kind of never-ending ocean of like skeletons, and you actually come to this not like big room, but it's like a decent sized room, and you see that there's just skeletons piled on top of each other, like the room is just like just mounds of skeletons, and in the corner you actually see a dark figure kind of stacking the skeletons on top of one another.
Two Grave Tongue goes ahead and immediately shuts out. You then, who are you? Present yourself. If not, you're open for battle.
The man kind of, the figure actually yells out, and he's like, no, I'm no trouble. And then he kind of just puts up his hands, revealing that he actually has like cuffs on, like not shackles, but cuffs. And he has like a very paranoid look on his face.
Well then, who are you? Speak clearly and present your case.
And
And time is of the essence, for I don't have patience.
in his rich Altimer voice, his face kind of looks a bit well, like he was stressed a minute ago, but now he's like, oh, like he seems better. He just looks, please help me. I came in here for safety, but I found the opposite.
Safety. Why are you in shackles?
Yeah.
The man, Mong Tung, he's having me do all of his work.
Okay.
Montong.
Wait, so Montong is in here?
Get closer.
He kind of looks at you with like wide eyes. Shh, he'll hear you.
So Montong is in here. You say it's louder.
Yeah.
Goes through other tunnels.
Yeah.
The man just kind of like runs over to you and like revealing that his wrists are like red raw, and he's got a panicked look. He's been making me stack these skeletons after he's strapped their souls from them, or not souls. He's been taking the spirits from them and releasing them all over Betnik. And then this is where he disposes of the skeletons. Please, release me, or help me, or anything.
Understand? I pity you in your plight, but you're not my purpose at this moment. Where's Montong? In what direction?
He kind of looks around frantic. There's many corridors. I've been here for weeks. I don't exactly know. He moves all the time. The last time I even... Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, continue on.
The last time I even saw a glimpse of him was when he was he was retrieving 3 bodies, a Khajiit and 2 Bretons.
When do you anticipate his return?
I don't know. I hope I never see him again. I'm just trying not to get killed here. But the woman was unconscious, and the Khajiit and Bretons were quite, they were trying to escape, but they couldn't.
Why did... Yeah.
He kind of points down one of the corridors, that just looks the same as all the others. I think it was that way, toward the sacrificial room.
Two Great Tongues just takes off running in that direction.
Wait! Take the cuffs off of me, please! He asks
Wait,
one of
question.
the... Oh,
Question.
yeah?
Why were they killed and you put for service?
They weren't killed, they were just being taken there.
Okay.
And as Two Grave runs off, the witch kind of just kind of has sympathy for this man, and the Scald Queen takes out, takes out one of her smaller swords and severs the chains around his, the shackles around his wrists.
Koda's already gone following Two Graves.
Scald Queen as well as the witch follow, kind of closely behind.
Sure does as well.
Okay. And as, you seem to run, a bit more further as, these alien crystals, these are the blue ones, not the orange ones like the ancient elf, but the blue ones, they kind of light the way as you run, and you see just... Yes. And you just see piles of just skeletons, just piles of skeletons, and it seems like you're just running for forever until you just hear minor chants coming from just ahead and the smallest of lights.
Interesting.
Okay, so I keep heading in that direction.
Okay.
How many people does it sound like you're chanting?
Just one. It's very...
Oh, just one person.
It's a very small voice, too.
Okay, so Two Grave Tongue continues running, and he begins to shout, Montong!
Koda Sax begins to walk to the side in preparation for a potential attack towards Two Graves as he draws attention.
Okay, as you say that, as you draw near, a mighty, kind of ethereal gate slams down at the doorway. Whereas if you would have been a bit more stealthy, you would have been able to get in, but the gate just kind of slams down at the doorway. And
it's ethereal?
It's not ethereal, but alien, and it's metal. It looks like it could be broken, because it's, this is near the ocean, and the salt water is kind of damp, and the metals, But, as since you screamed, the gate did go down, and, as you draw near, and you look through the gate, you see in the very back corner, there's a cage kind of hanging from the ceiling, and there's Jablix and Snakebake's character just sitting there, and their eyes have kind of been full of hope, hearing Two Graves Tongue's voice. And then you see on the table, just with like kind of like a cleaver at the ready, Sosia's kind of unconscious body, and Mong Tong standing there kind of lifeless, about to kind of open her up.
Ooh.
I didn't catch the last part. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Oh, well, as you draw near, as you
Yeah, the
look
gate
in,
comes down. A
yeah,
physical gate or a magical
it's
gate?
a physical gate, and it's quite it seems quite weak though because of the salt water from the ocean above. But as you look in, you see a cage in the back right corner with Jablix and Snakebait's character kind of sitting idly, and you know they kind of stand up as they hear your voice. And on the table, there's just like there's only one person in here, like there's no other enemies. You just see a quiet Mong Tong with a cleaver at the ready and Sosia's unconscious body laying there, and he's about to open her up.
Now this gate, real quick, just before I take an action. This gate, is it a solid gate? Is it just beams? Is it like a porculus? You know, it's like they're like a, you know, what is it? What does it look like?
It's a metal gate, but it's been like rusted to hell.
So how are we be able to see? How do we see through? Is my question.
It's like a gate, like where there's like obviously holes. Like,
So bars.
yes, bars.
Like
yeah.
bars. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so with that, Two Great Tongue is going to throw his mace in between the two bars. He'd be able to fit a mace through the bars and then throw it in the direction of Montong. Yep. And then he screams out, "Toshara, make away with this gate!"
Question, what about my insight providing me the option of rolling under that gate before it closed?
It closed very fast, and it was because of Tesarius's kind of like yelling that it closed.
Alright.
So what kind of check would that be that you threw your mace?
Technically, it would either be strength or dexterity, depending on on what you want to do exactly.
Okay, since it's kind of far across the room, I would say strength. Okay. So in that case, let me roll. Like, do you have are you proficient in it? Like, what's your number?
What skill would I be?
Strength.
What skill would I be using off of it? So it'd be strength, straight strength or athletics?
Strength.
Straight strength is going to be a +3.
Okay, so you roll a 13, so I think that's just enough.
Oh, we invited one of our recruits, that man Fluffy, into the group so he could talk to us.
Cool. So with
There.
I invited him
just
to the
a
party.
player.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay, cool.
And so with a mighty kind of throw, like you throw your mace through the bars and it just goes whizzing, and you just hear a loud clank and a scream, and you see that like it hit Marlag Tong kind of dead in the face, and
Ooh.
yeah, he is on the ground unconscious.
Toshara, get this door
very nice.
open now!
Okay, Sax, why don't you assist this one with this gate? We need to get in this room now.
He said, Two Great Tongue, as they're working on conjuring something, he starts trying to open the gate, like lifting it up or punching at it, and
Okay.
of course to no avail.
The Scald Queen as well is just slapping at the bars, seeming like it.
Laughing.
Yeah, with with her sword. But yeah, she's just hitting it over and over again. Like you can hear like it would probably take all day, but you could definitely bust through it with a physical like weapon. But would you like to cast the spell, Doshara?
Yeah, I'll cast a spell. Just don't know what though.
Okay. Well, it doesn't have to be like I mean, like, you can use one from like the Dungeons and Dragons, but or just like whatever spell you think Doshara would use.
Okay.
Oh, D&D one would be fine.
Except I don't have a character sheet.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what spell you're gonna be using. Alright, how about this? Just do a, we're gonna say she has a +2 again all across her, the stats until she creates her own character. And so it's +2 for her Arcana. She's gonna be proficient in that, and she has +2 to intelligence, so that'd be a +4. So she just rolls a +4, you decide what kind of spell she casts, and you know, either it succeeds or does it succeed.
So she has a +4.
Yeah.
Okay.
+4.
Okay. So you rolled a 17. So, you know, since you're kind of ready for this, with no hesitation, your hands begin to glow in an aurora, and you kind of like 1 second. Like, would your character know any ice magic?
How about
she is... Yes, go ahead.
I was gonna say, how about I narrate for you that portion?
Okay.
Okay, so, and by the way, I'm trying to invite these...
Yeah, I invited him. He didn't, join. So...
So, yeah, so Doshara and work together with, Kodasak's Blood, or I think that's his name, right? Kodasak's Blood?
Yeah.
Kodasak's Blood. Okay, so they kind of work together, and in doing so, you see that Doshara begins to summon energies around her, and she begins to almost glow, and so does Kodas. Yo, Fat Man Fluffy?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, I do apologize. Can you do me a favor and lower the volume, because you got a lot of static in the background.
Oh, it's probably because of my fan.
But Doshara begins to kind of glow with ethereal energies, and Kodasak adds into it, and you see that she points her hand towards the door, and fire begins to erupt, but not just a whimper of a fire. I'm talking about like a blaze erupts out of her hand and shoots towards the door, and the door just begins to glow with a reddish hue as it's heated. And shortly thereafter, you see chunks of it begin to fall off, opening enough of a hole to get through.
Cool.
Okay. Well, as you kind of get...
Thank you, Last Airbender, the Last Airbender Avatar series.
Alright, well, just as you guys enter, you see that, Jiblix and, I always forget his name, but, St. Bates' character is kind of like on their, on their feet now. They're like kind of yelling to get your attention, because they're locked in this cage. And Montong is, just lifeless on the floor. And Sosi is unconscious.
That won't let me go in.
Nah, yeah, I just noticed you're level 5, so probably not.
So yeah, Sosi is on the table and everything.
And there we happen to find also Navar,
Yeah.
a Dunmer hanging as well from a cage. So Navar, you're Fat Man. Do you want to participate, or do you just want to hang back and just listen on?
I wouldn't mind participating. Just please have a bit of patience with me, because I'm new to this, the voice RP. So.
Well, of course.
Of course, yeah.
No worries. I mean, have you ever done tabletop? It's the same exact thing.
Like, I haven't actually played tabletop, but I have watched people on YouTube play tabletop, like Dragon Age, which was, I think, close to some of the D&D stuff. But that's about all.
I love you, sir. That's all I'm gonna say.
Because it was like
okay,
Will
so
Wheaton and a couple other guys from like Attack of the Show, and it was like a few years ago when I watched it, and it was pretty damn interesting.
okay, so basically you're going to be using your imagination, and we have the narrator, who today's narrator is Infinity Song, and she's going to be providing the scenes and providing the concepts and ideas, and then we just go ahead and add in our 2 cents as we move along with the scenario. So right now, your character, the Neverar, is going to be in a cage, basically shackled into this cage with inside of the belly of a cavernous tube. And you've been there for some time, maybe a few days, maybe a little bit longer. And basically, the person who's been this entire time, your captor, is an Imperial by the name of Montang. And basically, he's a very evil, very mean individual. Like, he's a sadist, and he hung you there inside of this cage. And basically, he tormented you and insulted you this entire time, and you've kept your will up and your spirit up, and at the same time, you're just waiting for that chance to get back at him. So right now, the scenario opens up where 3 new individuals were brought into the nearby cages with you and kind of thrown in there, and Montang grabbed one of them and was prepared to actually commit to some sacrificial ritual. And almost feeling bad for the woman because you're not able to assist or help out. You hear a shout roaring from the tunnel where Montang had come from, and you see a lizard dude show up, and as he shows up, a gate falls from the ceiling in between Montang and ourselves, and then the lizard dude throws his mace and hits Montang on the side of the head, and Montang falls over onto the floor, collapsed, and then at the same time you see that the door kind of glows for a moment on your end, and 2 seconds later it explodes as fire pours in, and right behind the fire you see this Khajiit and another Argonian, and then an Orc and a Bren walk in there as well.
So pretty much I'm in a bad situation and you guys are rescuing me, pretty much, right? Is that the gist of it?
Well, yeah, basically, for the most part.
Alright.
Although you're technically not the person we came here to rescue, but we'll rescue you anyways because we're nice people.
Okay.
So Two Grave Tongue runs in and walks over to Montang. He grabs at his mace on the floor, picks it up, and then looks at Montang and looks for to see if Montang is still breathing, still alive.
Okay. Well, at this point, Montang kind of heaves in a breath, and as he comes to heaving, he's actually laughing, like hard, like chuckling almost.
Why do you laugh? Says Two Grave Tongue.
Because, silly, he kind of sits up and holds his head, and he's very dazed. I put that gate down to protect you. And then with that, he kind of, in his hand, he has like the little item thing, and with it, he just smashes it on the ground. And as he... Oh, go ahead.
No, you can continue on. I was just wondering if there's like like how the cage is suspended from the ceiling. Is there like a lever or something?
Yeah, like if you want, you can go over and just release them.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to do that while he's doing his little monologue.
Okay, cool. And so basically, with a big grin, he just...
Oh, by the way, Infinity, if you want to, at any point during his monologue, Two Grave Tongue is just going to bash his head in with his mace. Just let me know, because I don't believe in giving bad guys monologues.
Well, he actually does get a chance to smash the thing on the floor, and with that comes a vicious hit, a vicious hit from Two Graves' mace, and that officially kills him. So he's dead now, but he smashes it, and at first it seems like nothing happened, like, oh, the item's gone and everything. Well, soon, from his cold dead hands and from the broken kind of item, a green aurora begins to kind of seep onto the ground, and actually the Scald Queen, who's had the most time with this item, kind of just kind of like yells, she just yells, "Oh no," because the kind of aurora kind of engulfs the floor, and basically like all the skeletons that were at the entrance and along the hallways and from that back room, you actually begin to hear footsteps, like long, like, you know, like soldier footsteps, and like once that kind of near the entrance, you can see that the skeletons are now on their feet and they have like swords at hand, and there's just like thousands of these skeletons at nearing the entrance.
No, we did bring along that dude with the shackles, right? Because you said that the orc brought him along.
Yes. And
Well then, Doshara, did we get everybody? Two Great Tongues starts shouting out as he walks over and grabs Sophia, just lifting her up like she's like a freaking, you know, a limp noodle, just like a doll, just like boom, just grabs her. Is this everybody?
It should be.
and
What about that guy? And he points towards the Dunmer. This is you, Fat Fluffy.
Oh, I look at you guys and say, please help me.
Of course, I was gonna offer the suggestion that you probably will die in a moment here, but I was gonna leave it up to you.
Okay. Sorry, my answer wasn't the best. It's just that, you know, like I said earlier, I'm not used to the vocal roleplay things. Hopefully, as you know, long as we go on, I get used to it and I be a little more detailed with it. So.
All right, so Kodakat, man, I keep forgetting your name. Koda Sax. Koda Sax. Go fetch him.
Alright,
Assist him in getting him out of the cage. Hurry, grab everybody, gather near.
And as you're doing this, when Two Grave Tongue says, "Is that everyone?" you see kind of, you see Monton just shoot up. "You're forgetting me, though." And as you say that, you know, bones that are sprawled across the floor, skeletons that are entering the doorway, they all kind of come to him like a magnet, and they start forming around him. And after mere seconds, you can see that he's forming into a bone colossus.
With that, Two Grave Tongue looks over at Doshara, and he's like, Duck Centurion, do you have one of the scrolls prepared?
Yes, it does. But she will need a minute.
Okay, so with that, he looks down to Cecilia, then he looks back at Montan, and he's like, Montan, from what I understand of this grave, apparently, for those who have died here, they remain here as ghosts and entities of the undead, correct?
Are you asking Monton this?
Oh, he's just saying it out loud, possibly rhetorically. And he's like, so if you're dying here, that means that you're going to be stuck here as an undead forever.
That's the thing, though. You guys will be dead as well, he says in a deep voice, and by now he's gaining size as this bone colossus. And you can actually see there's like this little hole in the ceiling, and all the fog, like from the outside, and all the phantoms just seem to come in and form around him.
Nerevar looks at the bone colossus and feels like he's safer in the cage.
The shark's kind of lost in the sky getting the scroll prepared.
Koda notices the immediacy necessary in the situation.
In kind of a frantic yell, the Scald Queen just yells at everyone, "The light on Koda's back! We need to ignite it once more and throw it at him."
Alright. Immediately, Koda sets it up to be ignited.
Scald Queen kind of runs over to it and taps it and sees that most of the light has dwindled, and it would take a great deal of magic to relight it.
Dr. Turian, how's that portal looking?
It's almost done. 1 more minute.
Wait, is this to get us out of Betnik?
Yep.
I may provide some magical energy necessary.
I mean, unless you're gonna. I do apologize. Go ahead, continue.
I think I would need some help from Doshara. I think the two of us together may be needed to ignite this light.
Yeah, should we really focus on one thing? Like, if we
I know.
out here or fight?
I know.
Well, the situation kind of seems hopeless.
Real quick, so out of everybody that's here, the allies that we have, are any of them magical or have magical capabilities?
Nerevar does. He's a magical dragon knight, but I think he's like I think I put on the character sheet. He's like a sorcerer or something. Sorcerer or a warlock.
Yeah, class doesn't really matter in the RP aspect of it, so that you don't have to mention anything. But basically, you see that magic is taking, one person is trying to cast a ritual spell, and the other one is trying to assist on the thing. So what do? You can sense this. You know that the situation is dire and grim.
Nerevar would assist with giving up some of his magical energies to the person making the ritual to help out with it.
Alright, helping me.
There you go.
Yes. I'm a druid focusing on nature from the circle of the land.
Alright. Yeah, my character, I would say he's more elemental and stuff, well, at least with flames. And he focuses on fire magic and stuff.
Oh, remember, it doesn't matter where the magic is coming from, so long as you guys are attuned together to try to work the magic into that crystal. So, Sophia, or not Sophia, Infinity, if you want to go ahead and then roll it up, or let them roll, or whatever, give them like an advantage, I guess.
Okay, to light the scroll thing?
No, for the crystal. They're doing the crystal, the shower's doing the scroll.
Okay. So, let me just see this. So, together, hello.
Hello, Irish.
Okay, so, together...
I didn't know about anything, are we?
No, just some roleplay.
Ah, okay.
But, so Koda and Nerevar, Blackheart, all kind of gather around this crystal as, like the witch kind of just stands in the back, and the Scald Queen has her sword at the ready. Together, you guys pump as much magic as you can, and just like essence as you can into this crystal, and but as you just like try to light it, you see that it flickers a few times. It attempts to come back to life, but but as you try, like, you just see that there's no hope as it completely fizzles out and is no longer working.
Again, Two Great Tongue holding on to Sophia's body, looks over at the Duck Centurion. Doshara, where's that portal?
She kind of like flicks her wrist and it's ready, and with that, a portal next to her begins, like, kind of starts off small, but then kind of like rapidly expands where it's big enough where she can start going through.
Okay.
Hey guys, something just came up. I have to go do something. It's probably going to take me maybe about a half an hour to do. Is that okay if I come back and join you then?
Yeah, of course. Feel free.
Like I'm gonna stay in the party and keep my game on. It's just my character gets knocked out. You'll know why, because I'm not moving him around.
Okay.
But I'll just come back.
Yeah, no worries.
All right,
Good
thank
luck.
you.
We'll see you back.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Okay. So as the portal kind of widens, you hear many like whispers and voices, and they're not like Hmong tongues or anything. And you see that the Bone Colossus is actually walking towards you guys as well as the portal, and just again deep in a billowing voice that you heard at the beginning of the day, you just hear, "Hail those who came before."
Yes, well, hail those who are leaving. And with that, Two Grave Tongue goes ahead and starts grabbing, like, trying to tell people, like, direct people towards the portal. And he gives Sophia, he hands off Sophia's body to one of the other dudes. Whoever is there, Nevervar, here, grab her, and go into the portal.
Yeah. One at a time. Yeah.
And then bring up his shield and his mace. He's gonna be the last one. He's gonna be standing in between the portal and the Bone Colossus Montan.
Okay, well, as everyone goes through the portal, you see that the skeletons are mere inches away from the portal, so there's only like two there, so you can like reflect them or fight them, or just try to take them both out in one big swing.
Shouting at the same time, or shouting at, he's gonna take Two Grave Tongues to take a swing at them, and then shouting at the same time he's gonna shout towards Dux and Torian and Doshara, like, "Shut down the portal now!" And he's gonna be standing like half in, half out of the portal. So if it shuts down, it's gonna be half of his body in one place, half of the body in another place.
Okay,
If
so
you want, you can go ahead and roll for me for an attack.
okay, what's your strength modifier?
It's +3.
Okay, so you actually swing at one and actually kill it instantly, like it just goes flying. But the other, your mace kind of gets stuck in its rib cage. Okay.
Okay, so, and then Doshar, she's gonna, the half of him that's taken to the portal, she's just gonna, grab onto Two Grave and yank him back so that he falls back and into the side that they're on, and then closes the portal as soon as he's through.
Let me roll. What's your strength modifier?
I don't have a basic.
Oh, I forgot. Well,
+2.
I'm just saying, like, you could probably pull him, like, because you're at the portal. So, in that case, since you kind of did roll low, but you did roll enough, with with your claws or whatever, you just grab onto his like scales and just like armor and everything with all your might. You pull as hard as you can, but in the process, since the roll was kind of low, you pull him as hard as you can, but his mace actually gets stuck in the skeleton, and you pull him through, and he loses his mace.
Whoa. That mace is silver. That means that shit breaks anything undead. Like, undead can't cling to it. It's a special mace. That's actually, I spent all my money on that stupid mace. It's a magical, death-dealing mace to the undead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it's gone now.
I'd like to call shenanigans on this.
Well, like they weren't like actual like they
So
didn't
the
have
portal
flesh.
closed right behind them? The portal
Yes.
closed behind them?
Yes.
Okay. Dux and Turin, we have to hurry. Open up another portal back to Bethnic. Everyone else, get to the infirmary if you need it, and those who are able-bodied, join me.
Wait, are we at the tower?
Yep. Now we gotta go to the tower.
At this point, Sophia just kind of comes to, and like this whole time she's just been unconscious. Like another whole role play where she's just out of play.
She's just out. We'll just say that. Oh wait, I can just go to my own house. I know exactly how to get there.
And I think that should conclude the role play.
Well, let's just finish it off. I mean, all we have to do is really, because he summoned up all the dark powers into him,
Uh-huh.
I mean, there should be no fog in Betnik at this point,
Oh,
and so
no,
we
no.
just need to run and close that door.
Okay, fine.
Irish, would you like to join?
Yeah,
We
Okay,
could.
proceed.
you don't need one.
Just +2 on all your attribute, and that's basically it. Run with that. If you take a hit, you got 10 lives. If you take a hit, there you go.
There were the Dark Ages before there was character sheets.
The Dark Ages. So,
Yay, we get to
Listen
roleplay.
right now.
We get to roleplay in the house. Nice.
By the way, am I like doing okay, like DMing? Like, I'm scared.
Don't stop. We're still going.
Okay. Where are we? Oh, we're in Stros Mackay. I object.
And abject, is noted, and it's not considered. So there you go.
We are 2.5 hours into the roleplay, and that's awesome.
Stros Mackay.
Yeah, up in the tower.
Oh, tower.
Cindy, could you invite Irish to the group?
Oh, of course. I need to get on it.
I'm okay for now, I'm just listening. Okay, I'll go.
You're more than welcome. Yeah, you're more than welcome to join. This would be a great place to pick up your character.
Yeah, I definitely just started trying to get this character to actually be, amazing. Oh, sorry.
Okay, we got a score here too. That's neat.
Alright, we got Coda, we're missing... Who are we missing? Irish we're missing, and, well, the other dude, Urian and Fat Man are not gonna be able to show up. Alright, meet at the house, Irish.
Hold on.
At the guild hall. Yeah, I think we should be able to finish this up, like this entire storyline.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah, I was like, I just didn't want it to be inconvenient towers, but like, I'm looking forward to finish the Scarlet Queen saga.
Take one, take the next.
How do I get there?
Just go into the guild. Go into social, go to guilds, look up Legend Lepora, look up the roster, look up Drunk Holder, and then click on Drunk Holder and just go to Primary Residence. Has no one shown him the house?
I saw it yesterday.
Yeah, I give them a tour.
It's kind of a half-assed tour, but I liked it.
Oh wow.
Half-assed tour.
I'm kidding.
I showed him the highlights, the garden and the bathhouse.
I was more interested in the bathhouse because I'm dirty.
Clean up.
Where's that other
Did you at least
lizard?
tell the story? Sawa Almay over there?
Yeah,
The statue
I
of
said
Sawa.
she was our founder. She found this fort.
No, she oh my god, she defended the fort.
Oh yeah, I didn't quite remember it.
I'm gonna have to post up her story and write the epic poetry that goes with it so you guys can remember it.
Yeah. Yes, good
Can it be in
idea.
song? That'd be even better.
Can it be in an affinity song?
Well, it's an epic poem, which by any measures means that it's probably able to rhyme scheme and do a song. Just you don't want to hear me singing it.
Oh yeah.
Because literally the entire song would be Two Grave Tongue is awesome, Two Grave Tongue is great, Two Grave Tongue is everything that I love about this world today. Two Grave Tongue is awesome, and it just starts off all over again.
So from this roleplay, we actually gained like 3 recruits. Or 4.
Healthy.
Oh, you're gonna go from the tower.
Yeah,
Yeah, in the tower.
because I assume the Almer is going to join. We found that Dunmer. We found the Scald Queen and the Witch.
So coming out of the portal, Two Great Tongues stumbles onto the ground as Stros Makai, feeling the heat of the sun and smelling the spray of the sea, which is distinctly different from being inside of an underground cave filled with death. Looking at everyone, he kind of he's there, and he's like, Duxatorian, prepare another portal. We need to get back to Betnik right now. As for everyone else, if you're not injured, if you're injured, go to the infirmary. If you're not injured, join us.
The witch kind of just says, like, a little appalled, "You want to go back? We just escaped that death place thing."
Well, then you can stay here and make yourself comfortable.
You can't go back. You'll die.
Well, that's a risk I'm willing to take.
Tell us, how did you release the spirit? Tell us how to undo it.
Well,
She just opened the door.
I don't quite know. I don't know. And then the Scald Queen just kind of chimes in. He destroyed it. Now it's going all haywire. He destroyed my item. So now the item kind of condoned the power, but now the power just runs loose.
Well, from what the witch said, she stated that if we're to close that door, all that's dead will remain there trapped. So that's all we need to do.
Yes.
That's what it said.
Well then, Duxatorian.
Alright,
But
this one will attend to that.
would you want to at least destroy the evil? Because if one were to open the door once more, an even greater evil would emerge.
And how do you propose to destroy that evil?
Well, perhaps another light, but
Perhaps another light.
well, the ethereal light, yes, that we were trying to charge, but it fizzled out.
Do we have the... It fizzled out. Do we have the ability to recharge? The one that we used?
Of course not.
So,
Alright, so the short was off in the corner, kind of one side. Preparing another scroll.
I too am familiar with the value of certain items. I'm willing, ready, and interested to go back, to fight, to help acquire it. Yet, if there's a risk, we need to address that.
Well, either or, she says again, deeply. The people in Betnik, most of them probably killed from the fog. If we kill if we get to Mongtong and we find a way to condone the magic once more, we could perhaps return the souls and spirits to those who have been killed, and they can live their lives normal once more.
Wait, how can they be normal if they've been killed?
This is gonna take a weird turn. I can feel it already.
The ones that live.
I'm just gonna find out where I come into this because y'all are talking.
Well, for the most part, I mean, you can only imagine that, like, you're probably hanging downstairs at the base of the tower, kind of like doing, whatever it is that your character would probably be doing on a lazy day. And then all of a sudden the tower door opens up and a bunch of people start pouring out. Some are damaged and wounded, and others are being taken to the infirmary. And you basically go ahead and become curious and head upstairs when you're kind of caught up to this.
I'll wait till you guys come out.
Okay, my vote. So far, we found that the enemy is willing to talk and share their plans. We found that we have the ability to take out and hurt the enemy. And there are still some things to do with Betnik. So I vote we go back and investigate with the idea of finding a solution, even though we don't have one now.
The Skull Queen just pipes up, how about we just seal it within the tombs once more? We can figure out what to do with it later. Those who have been
I think
killed
that's
will lay restless.
I believe that's a very prudent decision.
And those remaining on
Alright.
Betnik will have to rebuild, and perhaps we can look out for them.
The portal is ready.
Alright, so a portal opens up to Betnik, and you feel the crackling of energies as the portal splits the environment in front of us, and what you're seeing is the vision of Betnik beyond this, portal or this window, and then Strosmakai all around that, so it's kind of like strange, but, this is a portal, we've been through portals before. If you want to, Irish, your character just shows up at this point so that we can have a little convo and be like, dude, join, so that you can be part of this, because it's going to be strange if you're still waiting for us downstairs. We're not actually going to be heading downstairs. So describe your character. You see a bunch of guys running out. Again, some are wounded, some head towards the infirmary. You see that others are basically running out, and there's like a commotion being caused at the bottom of the tower. What does your character do?
I'm being curious, like a cat, he's gonna go follow and see what the commotion's about.
So as soon as you get to the top, you lift up you come out onto the tower, and again, this tower has always had like magical energies, and even though you might not be magical yourself, you've kind of always sensed it. It's always been there, like almost like a sixth sense kind of thing, where you can tell a lot of energy is gathered here, a lot of magical energy is gathered. And you've been here before, and you probably even used it as well. Like it's for opening portals from one place to another within Tamriel. It's one of the few places that exist like this. And so as you get in there, you feel that energy kind of welling about, and then, surely enough, your gaze kind of leads you, and you see a portal rippling there right before you. You see that the Tesarius, the Duck Centurion, an auxiliary, an orc, and also who else was here? Cecilia, right? No, Cecilia was taken away. Okay, so just you see kind of like the two group. Yeah, that's the other character I was missing. You see them kind of like gathering around the portal.
Alright, so, what's going on here? Where are you guys going?
Two Great turns around and looks back. Auxiliary, actually, we can use your assistance.
For what? What do you need my assistance for?
Oh, nothing. Chances are that we might be going to our deaths, but if we have more numbers, there's a chance that we might not die.
Oh, good. Yeah, this is what I like to hear before I go somewhere. You're so nice.
You find yourself. I've always understood you to be the gambling man. Take the risk, sir. Take it.
Take it.
Gambling with fun is a lot different than gambling with your life, but you know what? Adventure is adventure. Let's go.
Two Great Turn runs into the portal.
Okay, as you guys run into the portal, you actually,
Yes, I do too.
okay, as all you guys run into the portal, you actually see that the portal has opened up in, wait, let me see it, it's called Stonetooth Fortress, in the middle of the main town, and as you open up, you see, that actually, there's like probably a few hundred orcs stuffed into this fortress, and you see that, from the looks of it, like most of them have not actually been killed. It was just assumed from the Scald Queen. And seeing this portal, orcs are obviously not like very magically adept. They almost come swinging at you guys like they're very defensive.
I can't get there yet. I don't have it open.
You can try.
Just follow, yeah, go into the group, look up whoever is at Betnik, and just follow them. And you end up at the nearest way shrine.
But yeah, in a deep rumbling voice, and by the way, the sky is very, has become dark, and there seems to be a big energy coming from the tomb off in the distance, but the orcs, they, like, look at you all, like, very weirdly with their weapons drawn.
Now what's going on here? Shouts out to Great Tongue as he's bringing up his shield to block one of these blows.
The what seems like the chief kind of comes up and says in a like deep voice, like, "You're the one who came here. My people and the fog came and we fought off as many as we could and we barricaded ourselves in here."
Well then, if anything, you can assist us. We're actually trying to end this accursed fog and everything this blight that's upon your land.
Well, what is it? What's exactly going on here?
No time to explain, but short, all you need to know is that there's an evil man by the name of Montan who has now command of the undead of one of your tombs. We need to be led to that tomb immediately, and on top of that, if you want, you can provide arms and weapons. Well, not weapons, but just arms. Well, one weapon. I need a mace apparently, I forgot about that. Would you happen to have a mace?
The orc kind of like, it seems... Oh yeah, you need to get that mace back. The orc kind of like looks at you and almost shakes his head no, but then looks at the sky and see that all the fog is actually going toward the tomb. So with a nod, he kind of like whistles to like about 20 of his armed men, and they open the gate, like the barricaded gate.
Okay,
We shall leave.
So, wait for mace.
Just saying, when you hit something with your mace, you're supposed to take it back, not leave it in the body.
Apparently the skeleton took it away from me, okay? Alright, buddy, alright.
Hey, I'm not judging. I'm not judging. But hey.
I am. Like a mace stuck in something like meaty, fine, but a mace stuck in a skeleton? Come on! But anyways, I'm not saying.
The orc kind of chuckles as he gives you a short sword, and as he runs out the gate.
Thank you, I guess. Anyways, with that being said, soldiers, let us quickly make our way there as soon as possible. Let's post haste and if anything, understand that if we die today, we'll die in honor. And with that, he runs off towards the direction of the tomb. I don't know where the tomb's at. I remember it was somewhere like in the
They're really like talking about death.
Yeah, we don't have to go there if you don't want to. Just
Oh,
imagine.
yeah, let's go there. Let's get over there.
Okay, I'll go there now.
Fast travel.
I want that mount. Just out of character.
Of course, of course.
That tiger mount.
Of course, somebody pulls out the horse with the flaming hose that looks demonic. And then that same person's the one that's worried about me talking about death. I repeat. It's a horse on fire, literally on fire.
It's always making people.
I know, this is the...
Oh, I'm going the wrong way. The exact, actually, opposite way.
The glitch.
It's to the
I'll lead you guys there.
West and north.
Why is everybody naked? I'm so confused.
Glitch.
Those are bots.
Yeah.
No, those are bots. They're naked because
They don't
yeah,
care.
they used to, but I guess they don't fucking need it anymore. And it's northwest because it's right next to the grove field.
Literally get away from me, you stupid mutt wolf.
Hey,
want that
Yoshara doesn't like to be
thunder
called that.
I want that thunder mount. I'm so confused. Where did it go?
Look on the map.
There. Your mount speed must be higher than mine.
Fast.
How much did you pay for your mount speed?
250 over what? 50 times?
Exactly.
Excuse me.
Determination.
Like real money or in-game currency?
No, in-game currency. And you can do it once a day for every day or whatever, so it's like 250 for... You have to get up to 60? 50? Something like that?
Two grave. Don't go that way. Don't go that way.
It's a time thing.
You're going the wrong way.
You gotta wait 20 hours.
So 250 gold every 20 hours.
Yep.
That's actually pretty good.
Persistence.
Oh, it just goes to show you that we've been playing this game for a while. That's all that demonstrates.
Honestly, I think the mount speed is a lot better to have than like stamina, because stamina you can just keep running anyway.
Well, it depends, because stamina is a lifesaver. Well, speed and stamina are lifesavers when you're doing PvP. When you're in Cyrodiil, yeah, your stamina like really saves the day. As we're running along towards the tomb, following the 20 soldiers or infantry orcs and their chieftain Kurog, not Kuraga, I forgot his name. Anyways, as we're doing all of that, actually I think I have his name written on here. Oh, Tuzgo. Tuzgo is the chief's name, Tuzgo. As we're following Chief Tuzgo and the orcs, I'm going to talk to the Skull Queen and basically state, is there anything that we can do with that crystal? Anything that we can do to patch it up while we're on the way? Somehow to reignite the light.
Like I said, it's pretty much dead, but if we had a massive surge of magic, I suppose there's a chance.
As we approach this area or whatever, Two Great Tongue walks over to Doshara, Kodasax, and I don't think Fenrir is a magical person. Well, we have the Varar guy as well. The three of you plus with the Skull Queen, do you think that you can pump this with enough magicka? It's dependent on you, on your skill. This can save the lives of everybody on this island. Curse it. So, no pressure.
Well, while you guys are doing that, I'm gonna sit back and eat some chicken.
Alright, Leroy. Leroy Jenkins!
And as Two Graves says that, you actually start seeing the first little inklings of skeletons emerging from the entrance. At the very front, you actually see one of the very first skeletons to emerge is the one that has a nice, bright, shiny mace sticking out of it.
Hey,
Oh yeah,
look, the mace!
I'm dashing for that.
And at this, the chieftain kind of yells, you know, like in position, and all of the orcs kind of go to start attacking skeletons.
So is this like the door, like if it gets closed, we're not gonna come out?
Yeah, like if you close it, it'll seal the trouble inside, but then it'll always be there. But if you light the crystal, you could get rid of the trouble forever.
Like something you can close and then open, like for easy?
Like if you opened it, like it would, you know, release all of them.
So I'm gonna go fight that skeleton at the same time and look back at Doshara. I was like, what is it now? Just work on the crystal. It's all of your energies.
Okay.
Alright. We'll try to direct the people in your group who have magical abilities to gather around the crystal and just pour what they can into it.
Okay, let me roll for that. So I'll roll.
Well, since you have 4 people helping, since you have that many people helping, you should definitely give an advantage.
Oh yeah,
to it.
Definitely.
Not a +2. You know what an advantage is for D&D 5.0, right?
Nope.
An advantage or a disadvantage. An advantage is that you roll, but you roll twice and you keep the higher of the 2 rolls.
Okay.
The disadvantage is that you roll twice and you keep the lower of the 2 rolls.
Okay, cool. So I rolled once.
Did I grab my dice?
Oh.
Or is she doing all the dice?
She's doing all the dice for now, but eventually in the future, you know, you can do the dice yourself. It's not like a big issue.
Okay, so in kind of like a
You guys critted.
last state, state of panic or whatever, even the Skull Queen thought, oh, you know, all the magic in this is gone, you know, it will never be lit again. But as you guys just kind of in this moment circle around the object in the sack and you just focus all of your magic, it actually, it starts off as a small flicker, and then within seconds it becomes a bright beaming light. You rolled a 20.
Very nice.
Nice. Alright, so the crystal's filled up and the Skull Queen tumbles over, like unwillingly yielding to the fact that Two Grave Tongue is awesome, but also that the magical energy is infused once again into the crystal.
Two Grave, we have to get this sack in there and close the door.
Two Grave comes back with his mace in hand, because fuck no, I'm not gonna roll for that, and you know I'm gonna end up with my mace back again in hand. So, just throwing that out. He runs back, he's like, very well, Coda, grab the... No, not Coda, Man,
Scald Queen?
Irish, what's your character's name?
Oh.
I have to change out the... Fenrir, okay. Fenrir, grab that crystal and follow behind. Stay close.
Alright, so I'm gonna go grab the crystal and I'm gonna stay right at your backside.
And then with that, I like walk past the orc general. I was like, we're gonna need your men to come with us. If we can get to the center of this this tomb and place down the crystal, we'll be able to eviscerate all the darkness that is within inside the tomb and
You
remove the
know,
curse.
I'm all for adventure, but why do I gotta carry the crystal? Doesn't that make me the target?
Well, actually, the crystal is what's gonna protect you, just in case. I feel like you're kind of weak against everybody else.
Just making sure. Okay.
No worries, you'll be fine.
So, the Scald Queen follows closely behind as you guys enter the tomb. The tomb is now a lot different than it was, you know, like an hour ago or so when you guys first entered. The skeletons now creep, you know, try to grab up at you, you know. I assume, like, you just, like, you know, because they're not very strong. Like, in numbers, sure. But, you know, like, one hit and they're gone.
Oh, I thought my mistake, but I thought that with the crystal and the light, that the undead would be held at bay, like they wouldn't be able to get near the light.
Yeah, like they die. But if they try to grab you, you can.
There
just
you
hit
go.
them.
Look, Fenrir is the man of the hour. He's the one that can kill all the undead things in here.
Again?
Fenrir, we're gonna write an epic poem about you. Fenrir, the Lightbringer.
If I die, I'm haunting the shit out of you, just so you know.
I'm gonna hold that crystal afterwards, so you can't haunt me for years and years and years.
What do you got?
So, as you guys actually work your way past, like, the skeleton storage room and everything and back to the gate, you see that pretty much all the skeletons and spirits have gathered in this one room and are centered right around, right around Mongtong. Again, they've formed into this big, massive, like, being of just death.
Two Grave Tongue walks in, and he's like, Montong, it is not a pleasure to see you yet again.
It's a pleasure to see you, lizard.
Why does everybody call me lizards for crying out loud?
Hey, he's a reptile. Get it right.
I accept that.
Actually, no, I'll leave that info for later.
We're not lizards or reptiles, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Montong, this no, what was I gonna say? So everybody comes in with so the orcs are in there too, so we're piling in like 20 people plus into this room, and we have the light of the crystal, and it keeps the undead at bay. And so where do we need to put that crystal? Well, actually, sorry, in character. Two Great Tongue touches the Skull Queen. Where do we need to set the crystal for this to all go away?
Just leave it and let's get out of here. And close the door.
You know,
Really?
in my years of travel, I think it's a lot more harder than that than just leave it. Just saying.
Yeah, I feel leaving it just kind of like
Defeats the purpose.
yeah, defeats the purpose. Not defeats the purpose, but it's just kind of like it's like a fizzle, you know? It's like all this great adventure, and then at the end it's just like just leave it.
If
Come
I'm
on,
gonna
come on,
in here,
Infinity.
I'm expecting to kill some skeletons. Let's do this. Come on.
My insights.
All right, Infinity, here you go. I'll set you up, okay?
No,
You
no,
take
I
from
got
here.
it. No.
No, I got it. I got it.
Hey,
Perfect for you.
now, lizard.
Whoa, hey.
Hey, that's racist.
I accept reptile. I accept sexy-looking lizard, but I do not accept lizard straight.
Child of his.
You can't tell me he doesn't have a
Child of
sexy tail.
his. That's cool.
Fine, set it
I'm
up.
not a child of his. So you guys are okay. So imagine large room, cavernous room, and like darkness just there at the peripherals of the light, and there's countless skeletons and ghosts are gathering, and in the center of this, right before us, is standing this hulking colossus of meshed bones, and it looks like it has like Montang's face almost, upon it. And this thing is just talking there and then looking about. And surrounding us are 20 plus soldiers, orc soldiers or whatnot. You notice that none of the skeletons are able to break through near to the light. But Montang laughs, and he's like, yes. Do you think that this light's just going to destroy me? And with that, he reaches into the light, like towards Fenrir. His hand breaks through, and you see like it fizzles, like smoke rising from the bones, but it's able to break through. So Fenrir kind of like drops the crystal on the floor for a moment, and now we're in a fight with Montang.
Oh shit.
No, I always thought I'd be fighting something that looked like my mother one day.
Fight Montang.
Alright,
Okay,
so let's
roll for
real quick.
initiative. Okay. So, do you have anyone
As
have
character,
a
I'm a
plus
comic
one?
relief.
Okay, so. Okay, so I rolled for 2 grave first. Let me get a pen. Okay.
Oh,
And
that's
then
what I'm doing.
next. Kodak.
And make it that Montang has 2 attacks because of his size. But it's easier to hit him due to his size as well. But he has two initiative turns.
Sounds good. Hawk. Okay. Oh shoot, okay. And then Skull Queen. So like a +2 for initiative, is that what you mean? Or it has 2 turns? Okay. Oh, he said BRB. We should, I think we'll start the battle after he gets back, because he rolled first in the initiative. It goes 2 Grave Tongue, Mong Tong, Coda, the Scald Queen, Doshara, and Hawk. Because 2 Grave rolled a 19, Mong Tong rolled an 18, Coda rolled a 12, Scald Queen rolled a 3, Doshara rolled a 2, and Hawk rolled a 1. I'm happy we're leaving this storyline at rest now. Soon.
Huh?
I'm happy we're finishing this storyline. It's gonna be interesting.
2 graves. Are Saxilio technically related to the Dragonborn when it comes to attributes of height, things like that?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So it makes sense. Just wanted to see if it was something already discussed.
intermittently bad.
Okay, well we waited for you because you rolled first in the initiative order.
How the hell did I roll first? I
You
did
got a
30
night-
shots of shit.
You got a 19.
Okay, so I run up to Montang with my mace, valiantly flinging it about, and I strike at his hand as the giant hand is trying to attack Fenrir.
Okay, I'm gonna say he has like 20 health, right? Is that good?
Yeah, you come up with the digits. I mean, if you
20
want to,
health.
I can keep I can roleplay Montang and have, not roleplay, but at least have you give him his stats.
I'm sure if you want.
Okay.
Just let me. So I roll a d4.
No, you roll d20 because it's +3 on my dude.
Okay.
And then it's we'll say he has an AC of, let's say, 16 because he's really big and he's a final boss kind of thing. So what did I roll?
You rolled a 7.
Dude, seriously, there are shenanigans, and I'm gonna call it, and I'm gonna say you've been really mean to me this entire game.
You did get a high initiative, so...
Yeah, you did get 19.
Alright. So, he goes ahead and, Two Great Tongue attacks, Montang, but Montang, like, the mace makes contact, and Montang kind of flicks his hand and sends Two Great Tongue stumbling backwards. So, now it's whoever's turn is next.
It's Montang's turn next.
Literally, this is the greatest day of my life. Skeletons. Okay, so we're gonna have +2 for Fenrir and +2 for Doshara for the subtype, but they don't have character feeds. But Montang is gonna open up his mouth and he starts laughing, he starts cackling, and it's like this horrific cackling that echoes throughout the chamber, loud and deep. And then he opens his mouth, and this fume kind of starts exhuming out of his mouth, and it just like starts emitting from his mouth, basically trying to break into the light. And see, at some points the light is fighting it back, but it's strong enough that it actually pierces the light and starts hitting some of the orcs and the individuals in the party. So we're going to do a saving throw for all the characters, and this is based off of their constitution. So do a saving throw of constitution, and the DC is going to be 14. Alright, so I'm going to roll for, I'll roll for Doshar and I'll roll for Fenrir.
Okay.
Wait,
Doshar's not going to have a saving throw of constitution.
I'll roll Coda. Like how? Like what is it? A d20?
The numbers.
Yeah, d20.
Okay.
And then add the numbers. Doshara got a 16, so she avoids it. Fenrir got a 10. He does not avoid it.
Coda rolled a
What's the
4.
What's the trait? Is it Constitution?
Constitution. Constitution and saving throw, yeah.
What's your Constitution
So
saving throw?
14.
Okay, so you rolled a 6 with that, so you did not. And Skull Queen did not avoid it as well.
Okay, so anybody that didn't avoid it begins to gasp at their throats as though their air is just being sucked out of them. What's going to happen is that you're going to have a disadvantage for any action taken against Montang.
Okay.
Okay?
And so a disadvantage is to roll twice and take the lower of the two.
Correct.
Okay, so now it is Coda's turn.
Alright, my action. President State, he's hit back. Alright, and I'm already struggling breathing right now, is that right?
Correct.
Correct, okay. So, since one of my allies is down and I'm already having my challenge, I'm actually going to go over to that ally that's down on the ground, pull out my shield, protect him, the guard.
Well, which ally is down?
I think you got flung back with the backhand or something like that, right?
Oh, yeah, it's just dramatic, because remember, with 6 seconds of, in any D&D game, they tell you that 6 seconds of action is taking place during your turn. What can happen in 6 seconds? So basically what it is just that my character was flung back, but he's not down and out. He, like, recuperates, stands up once more, he's ready to jump back in there, you know, the second that he's available to do so.
Alright. And as far as druidic abilities. I'm gonna call on something to restore myself, to protect myself because of my state. So.
And what would that be?
Yeah. I don't remember the name of a healing spell. Yeah, let's do that healing spell.
Okay, so I roll a d20.
Spells, 220.
You rolled a 5.
Alright. I'm looking for spell name.
So I don't think it worked.
Okay. Oh yeah, I was disadvantaged already. Out of it. Right.
Oh wait, what I have to roll for that disadvantage because he wasn't going after Mong Tong.
No. If he's not going for Montan, he has no actions going directly for Montan, then he doesn't need to roll the disadvantage.
Okay.
Also,
well,
you're healing. You don't really need to heal per se. It's just an action that's been taken over, and you're feeling like heavy of breath, like something is almost like choking you. But there's no magical essence or anything, and then you kind of, it's more of something that distracts you, that's all it is.
Yeah, it's a light effect. Okay. Alright. Okay, then my attack is going to be, I'm going to attack their knees, their legs.
Mong Tong. I mean,
So I'm going to swing with my mace.
Mong Tong.
With my, yes, Mong Tong's knees.
What's your strength?
My strength is pretty low. It is 10.
Okay, so that's I think that's is that a -1 or is that a 0?
0.
One
Okay.
of those two, yeah.
So you roll and it's almost as if like your mace was made out of styrofoam because like it hits him, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't affect him at all. Okay, so now it is Scald Queen's turn. Okay, well, she too tries to charge the bone colossus with her sword, but once again, it doesn't affect him at all. Like, okay, so now it is Joshara's turn.
Okay. So, Monton, does he kind of like have a outer shell of bone colossus? Is that how it is kind of for him?
Montang is just a bone colossus right now. That's all you notice, is that he's just a, well, what is Montang is a bone colossus itself, and then basically, the facial area of the bone colossus, instead of being like a skull, has almost like it mirrors Montang's face.
Okay. Alright, and then, I mean, I'm not really sure how it works in the D&D system, but ideally I'd like to aim some kind of slow him down with like an ice attack and immobilize him a little bit.
Okay, let me roll. So, does she too have a disadvantage?
No, she didn't have the disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
She survived.
Okay, and you have a plus like 5 in Arcana or 3.
+4.
Yeah, I think you said 4.
Okay. So yeah, you with your staff or whatever way you summoned it, you were able to cast the floor with ice, and the ice kind of spiked up, and now he's immobilized for the time being.
Okay.
It is now Hawk's turn.
And Fenrir is going to do something fun and comical, but he probably might have muted his mic so we can't hear him.
No, I'm just being quiet.
Those are always the ones that go crazy. The quiet ones.
What would you like to do?
So I'm at a disadvantage, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have the ability to attack? Monton? Is that his name?
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What a
disadvantage.
disadvantage is just basically when you attack, when you take an action with a disadvantage, you roll twice and you keep the lower of the 2 results. So if you try to attack him, Infinity's going to roll twice and then keep the lower of the 2 results. If you roll 2 20s, then guess what? You just critted on him twice.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go try and bash his skull in.
Okay.
Let's get it.
So let's see here. Then. Okay, well, your second roll is a 19, but that doesn't matter, so.
Yeah.
So, with your measly little swords, you try to run forth and, try to bash his skull in, but, as you do, like, you find that he's kind of elevated off the ground, that you don't jump high enough, and you kind of slam your sword into his side, which, again, does nothing to him.
Oh, goody.
Okay, it is now Two Graves' turn.
Let's give Montong a second round so that it's 2 rounds for the me and the rest of us, because if not, Montong would be severely disadvantaged.
Okay, let me roll here. Okay, so due to his immobilization and all the people attacking him at once, he attempts to kind of swing at, I would say Two Grave, who's actually, who has stumbled back, but, yeah, he just, he kind of, misses almost, because he's, distracted by everything that's going on.
Well, he misses almost. Does he hit, or does
No,
he miss?
he doesn't.
He doesn't? Okay, so he misses. Alright, so Two Great Times will take the opportunity and is going to definitely attack him again.
Okay. What's your,
Go
strength modifier?
+3.
Okay, so just barely you take your mace again, and you take this opportunity that he's immobilized, and you just jump off it, and you slam his face with your mace. How do I tell how much damage? Is it a D4?
No, each weapon has a different damage range. So the mace, I'm using the Warhammer, but it's a mace just for the practicality of the fact that I didn't find anything that the mace in the D&D handbook. So I took the Warhammer, and all it does is D8 bludgeoning damage. So you roll a D8.
Okay, I have one. Oh. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
No, I rolled. Oh, I rolled a D10 instead of a D8. I'm sorry, because you would have gotten 0. Okay.
Well, 0 on a D10 is actually a good thing. That's a 10.
Oh, never mind. Okay, so you do 3 damage.
So Two Great Tongue hits, and then bam, you see that parts of his bone, the bone structure breaks up a little bit under the weight of the mace hitting. And Two Grave Tongue turns to Fenrir and says, "That's how it's done, you see, with skill." And then he looks back at Montong and is like, "Come at this!" And continues on the fight.
Okay, so now it's Montong's turn. Okay, once again, just literally being bashed in the face with this mace. He's now actually stunned and actually doesn't have a chance to hit anyone else. It is now Koda's turn, who does have a disadvantage.
Alright. Bashed attack. Okay. Yeah, suggestions on an attack, on an action.
Oh, first off, imagine the urgency of the situation. You're fighting this giant, hulking monster made out of bone. You're not gonna sit there and be like, "Guys, suggestions." Second of all,
No. Actually, the first thing I think is to throw an ice spear. But I'm looking at the D&D book right now to ensure that ability
Again, since you guys haven't completed your character sheets, don't look at the book just yet. Just run with it with whatever it is that you want to do right now. For the simple fact that character sheets need to be filled out. I can't stress it out enough. But
Yeah.
aside from that. Two great tongues on call out, and again, he's caught in challenge, in combat with Montang. He's holding up a shield, blocking hits, and pacing around Montang, trying to jab at him at when an opening is available. And he calls out to the rest of you. He's like, mages, do you not have some spell that you can use? Something maybe with a little fire? He states sarcastically.
I do not have any fire. I deal with plants and ice, so I'm definitely interested in protecting the group that we're with, providing restoration abilities. Doshara, are you available to help? Are you available to help with some magical attacks?
Yes, just in case.
So like a synergy?
I like that idea. I'm willing to provide, to damage the ground with ice spikes.
Alright, does Ashara want to help?
Yeah, sure, help.
Okay, so this is a, how do you roll for a synergy?
Wait, though. It's like...
No. The thing is that if Doshara is gonna help, it has to be her turn, and she's gonna help out that individual to do something. So like that next turn, he'll get the help.
Okay.
But that's basically her entire turn is helping. Because remember, you guys, you're in combat. There's 6 seconds of action in your turn.
Wait,
So-
these guys first. They're not gonna, I mean... What's like the radius and whatnot? Because we don't want to hit out our allies that are like standing right next to the enemy.
It's always understood that when you're casting spells, and mostly like with D&D and whatnot, that you're not going to be hitting your allies. For the most part. Unless the spell like specifically says you have to make sure that no allies are within region, or within reach. And Coda disappeared on us.
Oh. Yeah.
Better move, because you can disappear on us too.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
just wait for my turn.
No, but move your character, because if you stand still in the thing, your character is going to end up disappearing.
Yeah, inactive.
So anyways, so you're casting an ice spell, and it's going to protrude ice spikes off the floor, so go for it. Infinity, roll it up.
Okay. And then another one.
That'd be based on wisdom, correct?
I guess so, because I don't know what the magical... like, you have your character sheet done, right? Enough?
Well, I have to redo it. Which is
Oh,
what
okay.
I started.
What's
Just
what's
go
your
with
thing?
intelligence and go with arcana, and you're going to be getting a +2.
Okay,
I got the
so
numbers though. Wisdom 18, intelligence 11.
18 is plus
Yes,
3.
that's awesome.
Intelligence plus 0.
Yeah.
So is it plus 0?
Yeah, plus 0.
So once again, you try to attempt to cast these ice spikes at him, but you are unsuccessful.
Alright, next turn. It's going to be... I think
Skull
it's,
Queen.
the orc?
Skull Queen, yeah.
Yep, go for it.
And then... Okay. Wait, so this... I think the Skull Queen had a disadvantage, so never mind. She, once again, tries to slap... not slap, but swing her sword at the bone colossus, but it does nothing.
That bone claw, or that Skull Queen is a very slap-happy person.
Yeah.
Alright, so I think it was Doshara's turn.
Yeah.
Oh, I was helping with the face, so... Like...
Some more damage. Oh wait, when you...
I lose
Okay.
a turn.
Oh, you lost a turn, okay.
No, you couldn't lose a turn, because the thing is your turn has to come up and you have to state, I'm going to be helping so-and-so to do this, and then that's your turn. you can't. Another player can't jump in another player's turn and say, "Oh, I'm going to help you with that," and then that one player that's helping out is going to lose a turn on their turn. If you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, it has to follow the order.
I see.
So, what are you
So
gonna do?
Doshara has a turn.
Yeah, I failed at my attack.
Okay,
Okay,
I did too. I hope so.
well, I guess in that case, she's gonna make sure there's no one in the direct path, and then just direct the shooter flame at the Colossus
Okay.
in his chest. Or whatnot.
Go for it. Torn to flame.
Okay, so with precise kind of focus, you send a very very strong firebolt at the Colossus, and is it a D8 again?
8 damage. Awesome.
No, is it a D8? I was asking, is it a D8?
At this point, since we're kind of since we're playing off of this and we don't really know, it's up to you to decide. Normally, spells at this level wouldn't be higher than a D8 or D10.
Okay, I'll use a D10.
Trying to get the max out of it. Go for it.
Okay, you do 3 damage.
You know, maybe if you did a D8, you might have gotten a 7. I think we gambled too big on that one.
So he's now
Alright,
down
so
to 14 health.
It's gonna be Fenrir's turn.
Alright, seeing as I didn't poke him, I just poked him the last time. Let's see if I can do a little more damage.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna go in and try and hit him again.
Yep, once again, you just go in and you just poke him. That disadvantage. Okay, so now
Alright,
it's
so then it's gonna be
Montong's
turn again.
Okay, he rolled a 13, so
Dice hate me.
with one big swoop, he actually wait, do I have to roll to see who he hits? Or do I choose?
You can choose a target.
Okay, he swings and sends Coda like flying across the room.
Wrong. I got protection. I'm a fighter. I completed my freaking character sheet. I got protection. That means that at any time that he attempts to attack anybody that's not me, it's disadvantaged.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
Then let me roll again. Okay, well, it doesn't work then, and it gets reflected by your shield.
Coda's standing there and he sees a big old hand coming towards him, and all of a sudden, bing! He hears that sound of the shield reverberating to the blow, and 2 great tongues standing right before him.
Coda Sack's appreciative and is woken up.
Coda Sax is like in worship of this guy because he's freaking amazing.
Okay, so now
I almost got hit. Respect.
Alright, the next person, which I think is my turn.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and attack him.
Okay, and you have a +3, right?
Yep.
So that's a good roll actually. So with that, you go in once again, and after deflecting that hit, you just kind of jump on his arm or whatever, and you slam him in the face once again, dealing. Where's the D10?
1d8.
Oh, D8. Sorry. D8 dealing 7 damage.
Nice. So at this point, you see that Montong's body begins to start losing form and shape, and parts of his skeleton body starts to fall off. The light's taking its toll. You see maybe even the Skull Queen looking up at Montong and noticing it, and she screams out and she's like, press the attack!
Okay. It is now
And now
Coda's
it's
turn.
Montong's turn again.
Oh, Montong's turn. Yep. Oh, God. So, being hit in the face really took a toll on Montong, and he swings, but he actually comes back and literally kind of hits his self because he rolled a 1.
He hurts himself in his confusion. Good job.
And I'm pretty sure that's a D, what, 6? It's a D6. Okay, I'll roll a D6. Oh my god! He deals 6 damage on himself. He now has 1 health left.
Someone breathe on him. Just breathe on him.
I mean, technically speaking, by my count and all the damage we've been doing, he should be at 20 already.
No, he is 1
So
away
he
from 20.
He literally just killed himself.
No, he has 1 health left.
Okay, alright, so we're pressing the attack. Coda's, no, yeah, it's Coda's turn.
Okay.
Alright. Alright.
Okay. Yep. So whatever you want to do.
Alright.
Two Great Tongue holding up his shield and then again standing between him and Coda, or between Montang and Coda, looks back at Coda, he's like, do something, man! You've just been standing there this entire time! Do it!
Something. Okay, so I'm going to do a real simple.
Do something better than me, because I can't even touch him.
Yeah. I'm looking for a wisdom-based action. Wisdom-based attack.
Anything would work. Like you rolled good. You could just do anything.
You know, if he could crit fail and hit himself.
Then
Just
I'm
real
gonna-
quick, as a disclaimer to everybody, remember that since you guys don't have the character sheets up, you don't know the limit of your abilities as characters, and there's a lot of things that you can do as your character, but again, since you guys don't have your character sheets, like Bashara would have a great selection of spells, Fenrir would have more attack opportunities, depending.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, not a great selection of spells, but you at least have an idea as to what your spells can and can't do, and how you would be able to use it, you know, in terms of attacking or defensive or using as utility. On top of that, Fenrir would have a list of moves and capabilities that he doesn't know about. Like for me, for tank per se, I have protection, so I can protect anybody that's around me and stop people from attacking them, or not stop them, but give them a disadvantage for trying to attack them. So that's something that I have as a fighter. So Fenrir, depending on what type of character class he decides to choose, he'll be able to have some more moves available to him that would be able to help out. And also, you know, Coda would be able to get a better idea and understanding of the character class that he's going for. So for right now, this is just us kind of like winging it at, you know, as best as possible. And then, you know, hopefully this inspires you guys to go out and create your character sheets.
I'm gonna do a Thorn Whip. I guess my one question is, Druid spells level 1, are they accessible to me, or should I focus on level 0? Thorn Whip. Thorn Whip. Thorn Whip.
Thorn Whip sounds amazing. Let's do Thorn
Okay,
Whip.
well with a crack of your thorn whip, you actually like hit him directly in the face once more, and this actually sends, you know, it overboard, and his face completely like just like falls apart, and he falls like on the ground restless. However, at this point, you see that the skeletons that had made him up begin to come alive again, and you begin to feel the kind of cavern a little bit, like, you know, shaking from the sheer amount of things being awoken. And at this point, the Skull Queen kind of kicks the sack that has the crystal in it toward the undead, and begins to run off to the entrance.
So I'm assuming that there has to be an altar of some sort nearby where we can put this crystal, call it a day.
No, there's no altar. You basically, it'll over time, like there's no altar. You just leave it there.
So the energy will pass its own over time?
Yes.
Apparently. Alright, so I grabbed the crystal, put it on top of Montang, so he never comes back up again, ever. And yeah, I guess we'll all just race out of there.
And the orcs all pile out of there as well, as the cavern kind of shakes, because you think it might collapse in on itself.
Alright, so we bust out from the dungeon or cavern or whatever, and then quickly close the doors and seal it.
Seal it up. Like some vines to seal up the door.
And at this point, the orcs are, you know, breathless, and the Skull Queen's off, you know, a little bit out of the way. So the orcs look at them, and like, you know, they're all like happy, and they smile. They said, "Thank you." Who are you again?
I attacked them. I attacked them.
No.
You attacked the orcs?
Yeah. Orcs
Why?
don't smile, right?
Oh my god.
Just kidding, just kidding. Yes. No need to thank us. I mean, this is actually a great victory for us all.
Would you mind if I could ask who you are part of?
Why does everybody want to know who we're part of? Wait. This is a question we've been asked several times today.
Well, the
Just every
fact
day.
is, my orcs and I are forever at your debt, and we will help you in any way we can. If the time
No
comes.
need to feel that you're indebted to us. We did this gladly and mostly to aid our kin. But we are the Legend Leporum.
Wise. Well, if you ever find yourself back on Betnik, you can call it home.
Well, there's actually one request I would make of you.
Of course.
Fenrir here, my friend, has never been with an orc woman. Is it possible we could set that up?
He chuckles. My apologies, but no, I'm the chieftain. They all belong to me.
Well, don't you have like an old one that you don't use all that often?
The wise woman, I afraid, is off limits. He chuckles.
Well then, to you good day, and the gods go with you. Let us return
You as
home.
well.
Dashara, open a portal, please.
He I can just imagine he's like Doshar and snaps his fingers. Portal.
Kind of rolls her eyes and kind of steps off to the side to get the portal ready.
And as you leave, you as you guys step through the portal or whatever, you hear one last time, "Hail those who came before."
Strength and honor.
Wait, who's talking to us?
Just a
the
voice.
on the wind.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I'm running with it. That's all I'm saying. I'm running with it. I say strength and honor, and I step into the portal that Doshara pops open and show myself back at the guild house.
RP over.
Practice.
Oh man, that was the first time I DM'd in a while.
Could have been better.
That was fun. I like it.
Wow.
Oh, that was good. That was good. It's good though, because remember, that was your perspective at the start.
I hope you kind of liked what I did with it. I don't know. I don't want to muggle up the vision too much.
No, I mean you have the right as a narrator to take it in whatever direction you feel it, you deem it necessary. I am actually quite happy and quite proud of you, considering that you took up narration and were able to handle it. Although it would be nice if you did read the Dungeons and Dragons book and had the character sheets done. Duda.
Well, I decided I wanted to kind of because if you ever did the Betnik storyline, it has something to do with the Bretons, so I thought that would be a good idea.
No, you did a great job. I appreciate it. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
narrating for us, and it was a nice close to the Bednick story.
Thank you.
On top of that, you guys got to see Two Grave Tongue and his awesomeness.
I know, I was happy getting to see him because we don't get to see him all that often because you always DM. I don't know how to end this broadcast and put it on YouTube.
Just put share, click the share button, and then end broadcast.
Broadcast settings and end broadcast.
Wait, did you live broadcast or did you just save it?
Should I save the video? The whole thing?
No, well, I'm asking you, did you broadcast live or you
Yeah,
just
I did it live.
You did it live?
Mm-hmm.
So we're still live right now?
Yes.
No, we're live.
Yeah, we're live.
Hello. We've been live the entire time.
Wait,
I
do
would
we have
suggest...
followers of that too?
No one's watched it for 3 hours. That's okay.
That makes my
You
heart.
you go ahead. Well, I was here, and I'm your #1 fan, so there you go. Go ahead and hit the broadcast, and then just end the broadcast, and then that's upload that video. So just gonna have to wait till the video actually gets what's that word? Debuffed or whatever. Not debuffed. I forgot the term. Anyways, and that will show up on your channel.
Alright, so stop broadcasting.
Yeah, stop broadcasting.
Okay.
What else do you want?